I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
Yeah, yeah. I gonna have to do this video because I've been hit with two different topics, and I'm going to have to combine these two topics together because I didn't know whether to title this live stream. Let me repeat myself. I don't know whether to title this live stream, but on my community tab, I said something to V-Dub, right? Uh, and the problem. Let me address V-Dub first, because V-Dub, because this all hit me all at once. So let me address V-Dub first. I know he's probably in the clouds. Who knows, right? Um. Morning to you, the Queen Sun Kiss and May, who's in the chat room. Uh, Good morning to y'all. I just got off from work. I'm tired. I'm sleepy as fuck. I'm watching homeboy Afro the Afro think tank attacking Tabitha. I'm like, why would you did like you watch the video she was talking? See, now when it comes to Tabitha, right? Yeah, he took what Tabitha said out of context. Now, I agree. I agree with Tabitha. I agree with Tabitha on most of what she said on that video, right? Don't call me FBA. Don't do that ADOS crap with me. I'm not y'all's Pan African. I'm not. You know, don't even try to do all those. Don't put the labels on me. That's what she's saying. Don't put no labels on me. That's what it's. I don't know why. I don't know why people want other people to pick a side. I don't understand why people want. Well, you need to pick the this side. Nah, I'm picking nobody's side. Now I'm talking to myself, and there is a reason why I don't get support. There is a reason why though I don't get subs and donations and all that. It's because I refuse to take a side. I see all these sides that's been taken. I see all these sides as a distraction. I really do. I see all these sides, FBA, ADOS, Pan African, pro black. I was on the debate leagues, the debate not a debate league, the argument leagues channel, and I was telling what's the name over there that you can't move every black person into uh Idaho because the because I was trying to tell him, listen, that you're not going to be economically viable moving everybody into uh Idaho. I mean, I was trying to tell him that, I know it was all good, and good and just. I think that because the area requires agriculture, and if you're trying to gain wealth, you got to do just more. You got to connect yourself to the world. So it's not there is no port in Idaho for you. You know what? I ain't gonna go off on that. I ain't gonna go off on it. But it's the same type of Anyway, the point is, right? The point is, I had never identified myself as pro-black. I never identified myself as ADOS, FBA, all these groups that you hear online, right? And that's why I don't get a following. That's why I don't get Raleigh, and I don't give a fuck. Okay, I rather stand on my own principles. I rather stand on that, and uh you know fame be damned, right? But Tabitha does have a point, right? Do do y'all realize that these these online acronyms, these online groups are just a distraction? I hope I'm not the only one who sees it. I believe though I am the only one who sees it because a black man is being blamed for the flooding of Camp Mystic. A black man who's 2 counties over. A black man who is 2 counties over from Camp Mystic is to blame for the flood. He's a fire chief of Austin. Camp Mystic is nowhere near Austin, nowhere near Travis County. Black people should be fighting those types of battles, not not that bullshit about who's FBA, who ADOS, and who's Pan African. I'm like, y'all are being a distraction. Queen, Queen, they're pushing this idea that the fire chief of Austin, Texas, is the blame for Camp Mystic. Now, Queen, you and I are from Texas. Anybody can look at that map where Camp Mystic is at, and look where Austin is at. That's what. That's 2 counties over. I'm like, really? I mean, y'all just don't. Anyway, yeah, I'm just looking at it like, wow, y'all gonna stretch this to a black man in Austin who's a fire chief of a city because a resource, well, because the resources not. I'm sorry, I gotta get off on this. I gotta get off on this because Austin did not give the resources to Camp Mystic. I hate to tell y'all, where was the National Guard in all this? Where was the National Guard from Louisiana, in Arkansas, in Iowa, in Idaho, in Kansas? Because they're too busy sending their National Guard troops to fucking ass uh California, while the Mexicans sit their rescue squad over here. And yes, though, the Mexicans came over here. So if the Mexicans can send, if the president of Mexico can send a rescue squad down here, where is the National Guard of all these rest of these states run by this white dominated states like Iowa and Idaho and Nebraska? Where are all those National Guards at? See, that's where black people should be having their issues about. While they're blaming a black man in Austin, a black fire chief. And y'all going to talk about what happened in Essence? Listen, tell you something. Essence been dead. The Essence Feds been dead. You know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They can't blame the camp, the president, the governor, the weather service, but they sure got some Negro. You're right. I'm seeing the, I'm actually looking at this. I'm like, really, y'all now starting to blame a black man who's uh 75 miles away from the he's 75 miles away from from all the people dying. I'm thinking like, wait, man, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. I can understand if this was Houston, or no, if this happened on Lake Travis, right? Lake Travis is in Austin, right? I can understand it happened in Lake Travis because Austin's right there. I can understand it if it was on I don't know, on the Colorado River, the Texas Colorado River. I can understand it because the Colorado River starts in Austin and flows down, right? I can understand that. But to sit there and say, camp, this camp did this and that and third, you're 2 counties away. But y'all worry about this shit. A black man is being railroaded on some whole ass shit like this. Nah, see, no. Some of us see a sinister side of the FBA. Some of us going to see a sinister side to the FBA, and I'm about to do a video on that. The sinister side of the FBA movement. That FBA movement. Oh man, there's something sinister behind that because man, me and Fodo, there is a guy named Fodo. Me and him done did some digging. Fundamental Black America was not created by Tariq Nasheed. Oh man, y'all gonna say, Big J, how did you find the footage? That footage of foundational Black America, the person who coined the term. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna do. I gotta drop that video on that. I gotta drop that video on you know uh I'm gonna drop that term on the origins of the term FBA. I got to do that term because if you know who did it, y'all wouldn't be using that term. That term was originally used was to bring division between other sets from one black group of blacks from another group of blacks. That's what it would create, and Tyreek took it and ran with it. That's why though you don't see me using that term at all. That's why I always use that term African American or black American. You will never find me you use that term as in a serious conversation, in a serious discussion. I know who coined it. I know who coined it. A racist white woman. And if y'all know who said it, and I got the video, me and Photo, shout the photo. But me and Photo won, and VW, you know who Photo is. VW, you know who Photo one is. Me and him had me and Photo researched it, and I went on C-SPAN and I found it. She said it on C-SPAN and she said it in NSNBC on election night of 2012. She said it twice. I said, and then here come Tyreek, run up behind this racist ass white woman. I want to know if y'all gonna be serious using that term FBA now. And the reason why she said it was to bring was to separate the African American community from the Caribbean community and the African people from the African continent. You'll never find me saying that term or use that term in a legitimate argument. You never find me saying it. She the one who created the term. She the one who created the term. And I'm watching C-SPAN. She said it last year on C-SPAN again. I said, come on. Am I the only black person who watched C-SPAN not saying, oh, I see where it's coming from. And she said it again. She said it 10 years ago. She said it 15 years ago. And everybody, anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. I just, you know, you know. Then the term should be Afro American then, because that the term Afro American. Everybody said, "Oh, Jesse invented the term African American." No, he didn't. African American and Afro American came from the African Episcopal Church in Philadelphia in the 1700s. You know. But anyway, yeah, I'm against that term FBA. I'm against that term ADOS. I'm against those two terms. Uh, most black people been here 500 years though. Woo. But but what happened? What about 600 years? What about 600 and 700 years? I'm not disputing the 500 years, but I am disputing we've been here since a thousand years. Now I am going to dispute that. I'm going to dispute the 1,000 years part. At least in North America, at least. Now South America, I give leeway. Yes, so the Africans probably sailed. There were a lot of African sailors and shit. So yeah, they probably had went into South America, but I don't know about North America itself. you know, May, I just got off from work. I just got off from work. I'm not going to be talking, and debating. I'm going to be tired, you know. I really don't know what I might do this over the weekend. I don't know, man. I might do this tomorrow over the weekend, but since Vita made that video to me, I mean made that post to me, I had to respond to him, and then I saw everybody attacking Tabitha. I said, I just have to sit there. Wait, hold on, whoa. May said, why you start shit and don't want to flush the toilet? Ooh, I'm waiting for some for the toilet tissue to arrive. Anyway, I'm too busy wiping my ass. Anyway, um, we don't call white European. They're just Americans. Do we? I mean, among white people, they do have their little beef between the Germans and the Irish and the well, you know what? Let me leave that alone. Y'all don't hang around with white folks like that, like I do. They do have that little. If you've been around them long enough, they will talk shit about themselves. Uh, that European, that fucking German, that Kraut motherfucker, that Anglo piece of shit. You know that Bohemian motherfucker. Yeah, they saying a lot of shit among themselves. But anyway, y'all not in that community, so y'all probably don't know like that. But anyway, the point is, we don't call white people European Americans. They're just white. Well, why not just call us black Americans then, woo? But anyway, I just came here to defend Tabitha. Uh, yeah, I just came here to defend Tabitha. Afro Think Tank did not listen to what she was saying. What she was saying is don't don't put me into those clicks. You know, that's what she's saying. Tabitha was saying, do not put me in any of those clicks. And he over there talking about, she's I unsub from her channel. Really? Really, Afro Think Tank? Come on. Now, I forgot to say something though. You didn't explain what V-Dub said to you, and what was your response? Oh yeah, that's right. Let me go ahead and read what V-Dub said. All right. You know what? Let me do this real quick. Let me do this real quick. So, cause I want to, cause I want to see, I want to show y'all what V-Dub said. Um, I'm gonna show you what V-Dub told me, and oh wait a minute, where is it at? Where is it at? Oh, okay. I gotta go off in here and shit. Okay. It was on my on my notifications, but it disappeared. Let me show you what he told me, because that really caught me off guard. I'm saying, well, how is he? I'm trying to figure out what was he was trying to tell me, So let me go at this post real quick. So yeah, so Vita said this to me, right? And he said, I know you like to go off and maybe you agree with this tether, but but like I know, we need to define ourselves to be accountable for our own actions. Look look ourselves in the eye and change our culture, Big J. Okay. But what is this tether talking about? Now he's referring to a video. You know what? Let me put the video up here in a minute. Let me put the video up here because let me go. Let me do this real quick. Put that in a new tab. But video says it. So what is this tether talking about? I'm supposed to respect these people and how they want to challenge us. They come from third world countries, which they rule and are substandard in 2025. Point our Finito Castro, Fino Fasto, and their newly accomplished achievement is good for FB. They still have a third world countries, and they come here telling us what we should be doing for them, not for us. We should be working for them. Where is our seat in the African Union? Where is our seat at Calicorn or whatever? They deny us access but want our birthright. Do you see the problem? So what I'm going to do? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me do this before I go. Hold on. Let me go to my other Twitter account because I ain't giving y'all this. I forgot about I was on this Twitter account. So let me go on this Twitter account. My Big J Triple X Twitter account, right? So he's talking about this video right here, where this guy is saying this shit. I'm trying to figure out.
As ADOS, FBAs.
Now, hold on. V-Dub. Now, I want you to look at the flag at the top. I want you to look at that red and black flag at the top. That is a African American flag that was made in 1973. It was made in, I want to say, what I think it was made in Maryland, or no, it wasn't Maryland. I think that flag was made in Indiana or Illinois. It was by somebody. You know what? I might do video on that. But anyway, that's that flag you see on that floating on top of his head. But anyway, let's keep moving.
And pretensions are extremely negative to seeking unity of purpose amongst our people. I don't really understand what some of our black folk think, that if they delineate themselves in a society where they are overwhelming minority, it's going to bring them some sort of advantage. It don't work like that. If you are a minority in a particular geographical space, but in the greater geographical space, you are majority. For instance, black folk or melanated people are the majority in population. Who give one two fucks if you say you don't want to be African? Who cares? What do you own? What can you really show that you own? Do you have any representative at the United Nations? Do you have anybody at the United Nations or at any international organization that's representing your interests with your little fake identity? Do any international organization recognize you as an economic power?
Wow. Okay. Now I see why V-Dub's mad. I see why V-Dub's mad right there. Yes. I see why you mad, V-Dub. I see why you mad. Right there, when he said that whole you don't have no representation, nobody represents you in the UN or anywhere else. And okay, I get that. I get that, V-Dub. I get it.
Look at a 38 years old in Africa, Captain Ibrahim Traore. He is the president of an entire country. How many FBAs can be a president in an entire country? No single one. So you all are just idiotic. You can call yourself that, FBA. But remember, FBA is not a fucking race. It's an identity that you created out of the struggles of our formerly enslaved African ancestors. Don't get it twisted. Somebody have to start pushing back on this stupidity.
Okay, now I do somewhat agree on that point. I do somewhat agree on that point. You know, about the origins of FBA. I do somewhat agree with him on that. He does have a point, but he's not. But he's still wrong though.
It's absolute idiocy. FBA is not. I have to be since American cousins who fictitiously identify themselves as aiders, FBAs, and pretensions.
All right, enough with him. Enough with him. I think I understand what Vito is talking about. I think I understand it, right? So back to here, right? Back to here, because Vito. No, scratch that. Let's get back to here. Get back to here, right? Because Vito, you said something, right? And you said, "Where is our seat in the African Union?" and all that, right? So I meant to post something right here. I did, but it wouldn't let me do it in full. So that's why I decided to do a community tab in response back to what you were saying, because I said, you know, I do have pushback against that term FBA ADOS. I'm sorry. I have tremendous pushback. You know. You know. Uh-oh. 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 Barack Obama was our first Black American country, much just like all. Ooh, ooh. Careful with that, cause careful with that, man, cause you know some of these black women might say he came from white. Be careful with that. I would claim I would claim Obama. I would, but some people ain't gonna be. Yeah, he came from white woman, and you know how that. You know how you know you be having gender war going off on that shit. You know, but anyway, right? Uh-oh. Africans have a history of puppet dictators that undeveloped Africa. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We all got a white in us though. That is true. That's true. I mean, he came from an immigrant background too. Oh, mm, true, true, true. But anyway, what I told V Dub, right? Let me get back to where I was saying. I said, Vito, there is a reason I strongly reject the term FBA and even ADOS. And yes, let me tell you something, folks. You ADOS folks flag my ass when Tone Talks and them and Yvette Cornell put out that video out. Anyway, I'll talk about that later on. If you and others are so adamant about defying one's culture, etc., then why use a term that was originated and coined by a racist white conservative woman from 2012? I guess I need to do a video on that one, on the real origin of FBA. But many of y'all are following her, Tariq Nasheed, the Black Authority, their moves, grifting, and nothing else. And that's what the tether in the video we just saw. I don't know him, but allowing the lower information based online community to further dialogue and social apology is ludicrous. I will defend the birthright citizenship to the utmost as it is written in the 14th Amendment. I believe once you created a right and given that right to someone, no one cannot remove it. Once you remove that right or any right, it would endanger other rights. So again, I'm sticking to the 14th Amendment as it is written. I reject all these terms in movements, Pan-African, pro-black, FBA, because none of them, because they are based on rhetoric. I mistyped. I mistyped on that sentence because because they are based on rhetoric, not wisdom. And as for your questions, where is our seat in the African Union? I said we don't need one, but there is a white woman who is the American ambassador to the African Union, and I put her link over there. And however, I said I do believe. Continue with my answer. I do believe we can have an international trade custom union between the continent and the countries that have a huge diaspora population. And the question VW said they deny us access but want our birthright. See the problem? My answer to him was because of American and the global North's destruction of their homeland for the past, the scramble for Africa, the enslavement and all that. I see as justice if they wanting birthright citizenship in from the northern countries, the West. Um, that's my answer to whoa, Big J trying to be a language purist. Well, I am. Listen, I am. I am a purist because once you deviate from if the law says this, that I'm a constructionist on when it comes to the 14th Amendment and the 13th Amendment. I am a constructionist on the 14th, 15th, and even the 19th Amendment of the Constitution that give women the right to vote. I am very much of a constructionist when it comes to those amendments, because if you're going to give somebody a right, I feel that once you give people rights, you can't turn 20, 30, 100 years later and try to take away rights. Hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute, hold on. I'm not being honest. Hold on, what? Hold on, right here. No, hold on. Wu said, yeah, that's an honest argument. Uh, well, white American mom, Kenyan. Technically, Obama has no black American heritage. That's why I'm not touching it. That's why I ain't touching Obama. Okay, I would include Obama on it, but because of Michelle and those two girls, I'm gonna put. You know what? Fuck it. I'll do it because Michelle and because Sasha Molina. Yes. I'll do it. I'll put it there. Yeah. I'll put him in there. Uh, Black Americans have a gift of creating new language and meanings. We actually give words new value. We've been creating language and it becomes popular new language used by all. But when it comes to the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 19th Amendment of the Constitution. Wait, is it the 19th or is it the one to give women the right to vote? I am a constructionist. I'm not deviating from that. It's written that the way it is. I accept the way it is because it says all persons born within the United States and the state's jurisdiction thereof. Well, it says all. It doesn't say black. It doesn't say white. It says all. Anybody who's born, and V-Dub's argument to me is more about the 14th Amendment. And I am an absolutist about the 14th Amendment because I don't touch it. Oh, and speaking about that, the Supreme Court, a federal judge blocked Trump on the 14th Amendment again. Donald Trump got blocked again. You know, because I fear that if we're gonna keep on going down this rabbit hole of changing the meaning and reapplying meanings of the 14th Amendment, and this ain't no fear mongering. This ain't gonna. I know people want to talk about, this is fear mongering because they already did it already. But the problem is, I don't want no black person being deported using the 14th Amendment, because they're already using that on Haitian Americans already. They're already using it on Haitian Americans already, and then they, because if a person has their green card or they're naturalized or they're got their citizenship, you can't make them uncitizens. In fact, what they're doing now, they're trying to get the guy in New York who's going to be the mayor, by the way, who I think is going to be the mayor of New York. They found out because he was born in Uganda. And because he's born in Uganda, Donald Trump is talking about, we're going to take over New York if he's elected and deport him. But he's already an American citizen. He was naturalized. He wasn't born in America. He was naturalized as American. So are we going to take away his right? See, once we go down this rabbit hole, I fear that we're going to become who we hate. And no, I'm not on board with that. I think that we need to stop. I think we need to be more careful on how we deal with the quote unquote tethers. Okay, we gotta be a lot more skillful in arguing with the Jamaicans, the Africans, and whoever else is outside of who are black outside of this country. We got to be careful with how we argue, because the argument, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I'm not concerned about FBA folks talking shit because people who voted for him, he droned their asses out. His wife has to be deported. And oh yeah, well, wait a minute. All his children have to go. All of Trump's kids except for one got to go. If we're gonna get rid of the anchor babies, well, there you go. They beat Trump by making it a class action lawsuit, including almost all the states, and got it worked. Let me see what V-Dub said. They beat Trump. Okay, yeah, he said it again. Hold on. He must have typed it again or did it twice. One black person, parents who didn't do the paperwork. That's why he was sent to Jamaica. So it was by technicality. Queen, was he a birthright FBA though? Black people think so poorly of ourselves. The fear mongering got to stop. Good morning to you. What's up with y'all? Yeah, Woo. Are you talking about the one that was a military guy from Texas? Damn, Woo. I don't get it. What paperwork? Birth certificate? Oh, oh. we gonna become Israel. We got birthright, period. Yeah, he was born to a father who was naturalized and a African American, a Black American woman, a Black American mother. He was born on a military base in Germany. Either countries gave him a birth certificate. Wow. So there is no argument. My family born here. Yeah, the Jamaican guy that was born on a military base, he's an American citizen. There is no argument. This is my land, my birthright. I'm an American Negro, not FBA nor ADOS. Okay, Queen, but he got complex paperwork, so that's an outsider, not just like the rest of us. Y'all, you know what? I'm gonna leave this alone, y'all going to argue this shit until they gonna take. Hold on. He was not Jamaican. He's a Black American. Now, his mama's black. Oh, he's not an outsider. His mama black. Uh-oh. Nah. You need to flush the toilet. Damn. I need to. Shit. I'm still wiping my ass. Oh, his parents didn't do the paperwork. He's not an American. Well, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Isn't an army base or a military base, isn't that considered American soil? If you're on a military base overseas, isn't that considered American soil? Because if I'm not mistaken, you vote as part of you. So if it's considered American soil, therefore you get the vote, right? So if you can get the vote, the right to vote on said soil, on this military base, and you're born on said military base, therefore you are American citizen. This is where I'm an absolutist when it comes to the 14th Amendment. I'm sorry, I'm an absolutist on that on the 14th Amendment. I mean, if the army base, is he an army or is he in the Air Force? I think I'm gonna assume he's an army because it's Germany. So if he's in an army base, and the army bases are considered American soil, then let the 14th Amendment apply. His father, stop. His father was naturalized because of his military service. Okay, if his father is naturalized through his service in the army, therefore he is an American. You know what? What is Libby? What is Princess Libby? Oh man, that, you know what? We just open up a whole other can of worms. What if Libby, Princess Libby, decides to be president of the United States in the next 40 years? We gotta think about that too, though, man. Because if Meghan Merkel can sit there and say, hey, you know what, my daughter was born in California. You know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. That just came right across my mind as y'all was talking it in the chat room. But anyway. Paperwork don't make you an American for real, just like a sex change. If it's that simple, they would not send him back swiftly. That's what Wong v what's the court case in 1895? The Wong v case should have freed him. Vong v the Vaughn case of 1883, 85, something like that. 90, I forgot what year that was, right? That could have went ahead and free it and made him stay. He wouldn't got kicked out. So they might violated the Vaughn case. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. Um, like I said, I'm sleepy and tired. I'm tired as fuck. Yeah, I see everybody talking about that African girl who's crying, talking about she don't want to go back to Africa. Like, listen, she don't want to go back to Nigeria. Listen, you can stay over here. Shit. I put a baby in your ass, and I make a anchor baby. You know, all right? Now, hey, listen, you SYSBM dudes, y'all might want to take this to y'all's advantage. I'm talking to you SYSBM dudes. Oh yeah, you know, you got Maria. Listen, I'm gonna flush, May. I'm gonna flush it. All right. I'm gonna flush it. What's up, Dante? Dante's here. Okay. Gen Z said I was reading through the articles and it says his father was born in Jamaica, his mother was born Kenyan. Not if I rush to the well it'll make it hard if I rush her to the fucking courthouse. If I rush her ass to that courthouse real quick and put down that $200 down, shit, her ass can stay. Shit. She said, "Flush, drop the link for a live panel." Listen, come on, May. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Queen says, yeah, it says that, but he's not naturalized. So if he's naturalized, okay, fuck it. Damn. You know what? I'm letting y'all talk. Shit. I'll let y'all talk for like an hour or so. Okay? Or 2 hours at least. I'm letting y'all talk. Shit. I'll flush it. Shit. I'll flush it. Damn it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, conscious. So yeah. If y'all want to jump on the panel, fuck it. All right. Y'all want to jump on? Damn. You know, link. Yeah. I'll let y'all jump on this panel. Fuck it. Shit. I ain't going to say much, but go ahead. You know, we got to flush. Shit. They wipe my ass yet. But go ahead. Y'all go ahead and do this. You know, just jump on the panel. Let me close. You know, this I don't know how this internet kind of wonky and shit. But go ahead and jump on the panel. I ain't gonna say much. I'm gonna let y'all just talk. All right. Hell, I might go to sleep. I might go to sleep while y'all on the panel. Fuck it. Shit. Now I put the link in the chat, and nobody ain't trying to hit the panel. What is this? I gave y'all a link. None y'all ain't hitting the damn panel. Shit. Oh, you still at work? No, come on. You still, come on. You say I'm still at work. Well, how long you going to work, Queen? Shit. I want to watch me some since about that post about that Nigerian woman who's crying. I want to look up some African porn. Shit, you cutting them out. I want to see some big dark skin asses. Okay, big dark skin booties. I want to, shit. You cutting into that. Hold on. Oh, this is May. Okay. Okay. What's going on, May?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
No,
So I know
no.
you don't want this to be an attack on you or what you have to say, but just a discussion, right?
Right. Go ahead.
Understood. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. It's really complicated. I'm gonna say first of all, Tabitha, she is an amazing sister. Glad to have her on the scene with a new, fresh voice. Um, and she is catching controversy. And I think that what she was trying to distinguish when she first said it was that she does not ally with any group. They want her to have a group she belongs to. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm a this. I'm a that. And I think she's just saying I'm not with Tariq because she spoke on him. She said that man who uses that term, I'm not with him. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think that she rejects completely the term because I think I've heard her use it, right? Foundational Black Americans.
Right.
Okay. And I think she's like a lot of us, Black people, historically, we have always created language, redefined language, the word bad. Who's bad? You know what I'm saying? Culturally, we take language and make it our own. And I tell white folks all the time, I've worked with them in certain settings, woke ass white people. And they tell me, well, put Latin X on that. You know, when I'm sending out a newsletter, put Latin X, Latina X. I'm like, what the fuck is Latin X? Well, that's a new term that includes everybody. So, is that what Latino people call themselves? Stop renaming people. Cut it out. So we have been called niggers, jigaboos. We've been named a lot of shit. I'm just saying. And Afro American, African Americans, nothing has really been something we named ourselves. And at this point, I feel like Black people, we just like the trans. We should say my pronouns are or call me. If I choose FBA, respect that. Call it. You know, if I choose Black American, call me that. Ask me what the fuck I want to be called. Don't just assign me to shit. So I think that's where we at right now. We in some post modernist Black Wakanda shit. Call me what the fuck. If I want to be called a Nubian, call me a goddamn Nubian. It's Wakanda time. Okay, that's my thought.
My God. Queen, you got anything to say? I'll let y'all talk. You
Queen.
she must be at work. Well, if he doesn't want to pop on the panel, he can if he won't. I mean, y'all
Well,
want.
V started all the trouble, so he should come on up here.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of started it off because he was. Hold on, see. Okay. Yeah, V
Can
Dub
y'all hear
kind of
me?
started this shit. He might as well just pop up on the panel.
Y'all can hear me?
Change
Yeah,
your
yeah.
change your deep depth or whatever that is that you can so your voice can be better, Queen. Change it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like
Hold
last
on.
night, it's muffled. It's muffled.
Oh,
I'm
well,
gonna get.
it's just gonna have to be muffled because I'm not putting y'all foul mouth on the speaker.
Wait, hold on. Let me do this. Okay, I increase your volume. Your mic
Did it work?
volume. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, good. Um, I agree with that. But if she don't want to be associated with FBA, she don't have to be because Tyreek is a horrible person. I don't want to be associated with him either. You can be black without being all these different acronyms.
Yeah, you tell people what you want them to call you, but she uses FBA all the time. From my understanding, if I could remember correctly, she does use FBA.
She can use
And I think
whatever she wants to, but if she ain't part of that movement, I don't understand why she should get backlash for that.
I agree. I agree. I don't have nothing to do with Tariq Nasheed. Nothing. I don't subscribe to nothing. He's one person. That's why I keep saying black people, we create our own language. We redefine old terms and make them new and give them new creative, understanding behind words. That's what we do in popular culture. Talk to the hand. I mean, all kind of stuff. It might be corny because once white folks get their hands on it, it becomes corny, but this is all language that black people create. And the whole world goes along with it. Next thing you know, you see the stuff that we say among ourselves in Hollywood movies, in music, in popular culture, on the news. I can't tell you how many times it makes me cringe when I hear it makes me cringe when I hear stuff like really white people talking about, yeah, so and so this, so and so. And I'm like, oh my God, really? We couldn't, they steal everything, they acculturate everything. So we are the creators of language. So I say FBA is free fucking options. If you want to use it, they don't fuck Tyreek and fuck the white woman who created the so-called, according to Big J, term. We can make it what we want to make it.
Yeah, that's cool. If I don't understand why there's a backlash, but if the man was naturalized, he was a citizen. Period. We should make his child a citizen. What kind of game is we playing? Can y'all hear me?
Hold on. Let me dial back.
Not really. Not
Not,
really.
hold on. Let me dial it back down real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
I said,
Okay. It's good. It's good.
I said, if his daddy was naturalized, it means he was a citizen. So what is we up here talking about? He's not no citizen. If his daddy was naturalized, he was a citizen. Period. What are we talking about?
Right. Right. Like you talking about the soldier, the son of the
Yeah.
soldier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you naturalize, if you got a child, that child's an American citizen. So I don't see
See,
what the problem is.
see,
So
that's
black
the
folks,
thing,
this
y'all. I
man
think
wants us
that
back at the slave. It is ignorant.
see, I think y'all we're actually at a new stage of American. Okay, let's not sit here and pretend like the rest of the world is not going through a purist movement. Let's not pretend that this is not a global movement. Okay, a lot of
But
people are
ain't no
saying,
period
hold on, let
when
me
it comes
finish. Let
United
me just
States
get my
of
thought.
America.
Let me just get my thought out real quick. A lot of people are saying France is for the French. A lot of people are saying, and India been saying India is for the Indians. That's the truth. A lot of people have been saying China is for Chinese. It's like Europe is catching on because a lot of countries either nobody wanted to go to it or they only came to exploit it. Even the Africans are kicking out the white folks. Let's not pretend the whole world is not becoming purist about who belongs. Let's not pretend that, y'all. Everybody is. Africans is
There ain't
kicking
no
white folks
period
out.
when it comes to the United States of America.
Say what?
If we don't talk purity when it comes to the United States of America, then the United States is for the Native Americans.
Well, purity according to who has the power. See, the Africans who have the power.
The purity
Hold on.
according to who was at the land, and the people that was in the land was the Native Americans.
Well, that's
And
how
that's
you
who we
choose to see it. That's how you choose to see it. But
were.
the
That's
government
who
who's in
is
power, the government who's
no, that's who
currently in
is
power
here.
gets to determine who's
No,
pure. The
no, they
government
don't.
who's in control, yes, they do, because
No,
they
they don't.
control access to the land. Yes, they do.
They
You
don't
can
get
have
to
your
choose
opinion, but the
why
government,
it's gonna be
okay.
a hot mess. And
Well,
if
Native
that's the
Americans, how the Native Americans gonna put everybody else off the land? How? Show it to
but
me.
the
How?
Constitution, the way that the Constitution is written, then we're
How
gonna
they
get a
gonna
whole
enforce that?
hot mess up in here because there's nothing pure. What is an American? America is a nation of immigrants because Europeans came over here and destroyed the folks that was already living here. There is no pure American. So for America to even try to play that game is ignorant.
Well, you
and
can
say
that's your opinion, but let's deal with what's
that's a
factual.
fact. That's not,
Okay,
that's
that's
not a
fine.
it's fact.
What I'm saying is that right now there's a movement. All I'm saying in the whole entire world, it seems to be a movement, whether it's Africa, Asia, or whatever, people are determining it's time for some purity, purist type shit. Who belongs here? Every country just about is having that conversation, if not acting on it. Africa is included. They're telling the Chinese, we don't know about you being over here. We're not sure about that. We don't want you to have too much power. Everybody's having this conversation. America's not alone. So we're not going to
No, I
demonize
know.
our nation. Huh?
I know, I know what you're saying, man. Because yes, I watch foreign news. Canadians is on that. They on that tip.
Yeah.
And Mexicans. Oh
Canadians
my.
didn't do that until something we did.
Hold on. Let him
And
finish
Mexican
the statement.
and Mexicans. You see what's going on in Mexico City?
No, speak
Yeah,
on
The
it. Speak on it.
the
man.
the Mex-
If you are a gringo in Mexico City, they kick your ass out. They're telling you to
What?
leave. If you're
Wow.
black, if you're black in Mexico, they're telling your black ass to leave. Hope you know that, right?
yeah,
Man,
because
I
and
saw
all
that.
of,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
all of that
Okay,
is
I want to
because
y'all make sure we can hear everybody's complete statement so we can get the information. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
y'all.
that's because of the stuff that Trump was doing. Americans been living in Mexico. It ain't been a problem until Trump started this nonsense that he started. America don't
Yeah.
get to play the same games that everybody else gets to play because America didn't start the way that everybody else started. Yeah, we don't demonize our country because that's not who we are. And we not finna sit up here and stand and act like this is okay because it's not.
Man, and do not be a tourist in Portugal and Spain. They're doing the same old shit. If you are a foreigner to Spain and in in Portugal, they're telling you to get the fuck out. There are people smashing windows in your on your cars and shit. They're telling about y'all here regentrifying our neighborhood. Get the fuck out. They're telling everybody get the hell out of here. If you're
So,
American or
uh-huh.
Westerner, get out. Yeah.
Wow, wow. So we have to acknowledge that the whole world, it's a social movement, and it doesn't necessarily mean that just because you have a country with a reputation in the past of accepting everybody, that you're not going to be part of that movement. People change. Human history moves because people have movements, social responses. And so what we're having right now is a socio-economic response to immigration across the globe. Everybody's pretty much saying, y'all, pack your shit and go back to where you came from. Whether you black, white, Asian, everybody's saying that. America is for Americans and Canada is for Canadians. I don't see a problem. I think it's a resetting. There's some reason it's happening, and I'm not gonna fight it. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not fighting that.
I'm fighting because what if they tell you take your black ass back to Africa? Then what?
The 14th Amendment knows that I am from America, so I'm not worried. Listen, we FBAs are not concerned at all. We're not. That's the argument that people who want to fearmonger try to use on us. We know we're from here. We know it.
I understand that we're from here, but understand they don't give a damn about the Constitution. So what's going to stop them? They don't give a fuck what's in the Constitution. They're going to kick your ass out. They're going to kick your ass out.
So let me get this right. How many Black Americans do we have? We 13% of the population, right?
Hmm.
Is it really possible for them to kick out a whole, like, I don't know how many millions of us there are? Is it really possible?
This man is just to bring back the institutional slavery. What do you mean is it possible?
I mean,
No, I'm saying we're talking about logistically. Uh, in 4 years
logistic.
or less, can he literally kick out all black people who were
No,
FBA
no.
born here? Is that really realistic, or is that how's that gonna work? Y'all, if you're gonna
What,
if you're
what,
gonna say it, I want
what
y'all to
y'all
defend the plan. Defend it.
No,
without
he don't have to. He don't have to be realistic, but he can put a target on your back for the future.
yeah. I mean, all you got to do though is create a crisis that will give it purpose to do that.
I'm thinking logistically. I want y'all to work through that with me.
I know,
Is there going to be? Are they going to get Carnival cruise boats and they're going to tell us
no,
pack all your shit and everybody get on a Carnival cruise? We're going back to Africa. What is this going to look like? Since y'all are going to say that and fearmonger, tell me how it's going to happen.
No, it's not. It's not going to happen like that. I think though it's going to be multiple reasons of
Exactly.
trying to force your ass to get out of here. They're either going to kill your ass straight up, or lock your ass straight up, or try to do other means. To make
over
sure
here
you
building
don't,
concentration camps.
or at least try to make sure though you don't populate.
Money.
So
they got the power.
There's other ways around it. There's other ways around that
shit. Yeah. Because the ones that got the power is the ones that dictate and determine, right? That's your logic. That's what you think.
That's exactly what I mean. And that's exactly what I mean.
And we don't have no power. So whatever
we do have power. We absolutely have power.
What is it?
We're resting. You see that? We choose to not use our power. Do you see that? Everybody let me finish, Queen. Let me finish. Everybody in the world is mad because they're like, you African Americans, why don't you use your power and your influence? Why don't y'all get out here? Because they know that when we come at this American government that we are part of and pay into, and we are owners of this government, influencers of this government. Okay, when we come out and we start raising hell and we start raising our voices and we unify, they know it. We've heard so many Latinos say, you guys are the only ones who can make this change. Why don't you care? Why don't you help us? Why are you silent? Why don't you get out here? And we're saying we're resting. We're learning to choose how to spend our amazing Black energy. And we spending it on us. Trust me, all this shit we watching, you know we've been here 400, 500 years. We on guard. We ain't stupid. We on guard. Trust. We saving our energy for us. Okay? That's power.
Exactly. So stop telling people that they fear mongering because we know that there's a possibility that it could be some nonsense on the horizon. It would be stupid for you to say, oh no, I'm protected by the Constitution. Meanwhile, this man sitting up there rewriting it as he goes. Get out of here. He is visibly sitting in front of us trying to rewrite it, trying to change it. He done stripped the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act, all of that stuff. What you think once he get rid of these other people, that he ain't gonna try to comfort us and they can't put us in a lesser position? Get out of here.
Okay, you said nonsense. Nonsense is a different conversation than this idea they're gonna pick us up and take us out and deport us. And like what V-Dub said, it's 40, hold on. It's 40 to 45 million foundational Black American. I'm going on his number. 40 to 45 million African Americans who are blood in the soil. A comedian said the other day, take that bullshit to Chicago if you want to. Take that bullshit to what? Houston if you want to. Bring that bullshit to Baltimore or Atlanta. And you're going to have a whole fucking problem. And like he said, our American military, it ain't all what they think. They can't fucking fight camel fucking riders, okay? They didn't try to fight the whole Middle East camel herders and goat herders and shit. They can't fight and defeat anybody. So we Black folks is not really worried. Now, if you worried, that's you. But nonsense, we already know. That's why we on watch and we waiting. But actually pick us up, all 40 million of us, and dump us in Africa, we ain't worried, honey. We got the 14th Amendment, and we going to fight and stand on that, okay? We going to stand on that.
That's not what we see, and that's unreasonable, and that's not realistic, and that's not trying to have a legitimate conversation, because we know they're not going to round up 45 million people and put them on a boat. It's like we was just saying, they will create situations to get rid of you, and that's what they want to do. That's a realistic conversation.
That is realistic, but y'all are talking about the 14th Amendment don't leave, and I'm saying we're going to stand on 14th Amendment. We're not leaving. We're not being deported.
We didn't say that either.
Okay, well, I'm just making it clear because we spring up 14th Amendment, which is about citizenship. We're not worried about losing our citizenship. Now, the nonsense, we can have an honest conversation about the nonsense. But the
I mean,
nonsense ain't nothing. The nonsense ain't nothing we ain't never been through before. Let's be honest about that. We've been through all the nonsense. We know all the old tricks. We know.
the nonsense is something that we always had to deal with,
Hello?
and unfortunately, for the last 50 years, we've become lax in dealing with the nonsense, which is why we are where we are now.
Can
Hey,
y'all hear
what's
me?
up, Woo? Woo, you got to bring your
Hey,
voice
what's
up.
up?
Yeah, get your voice
Is it
in.
low?
It's a little
Hold
low.
on,
Take it
cause
up.
I'm driving, so hold on. Let me see. Can y'all hear me?
I'll do it. I'll do it. Hold on. You can do it my end.
Okay.
You can't. Okay, go ahead.
Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that this whole
Oh
FBA
no.
talk. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
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 Oh, this whole FBA talk. I think from what I said in the chat, this is about this is not about some kind of organization. This is not about a cult. This is kind of like Black Americans, and which I like, be becoming more patriotic. And I love that because for so long we've been identifying with everybody else and everything else other than what we actually are. And we are American. We are Black American. Our ancestors built this country, and we have just as much stock, and we should have just as much allegiance to our country. And I like that. And I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that. And nobody is coming at the Caribbeans. Nobody's coming at the Africans because guess what? They got their own culture and customs that they bring over here to this country that they don't share with us. They might share a little bit, but they keep it. They have their own thing going on, which is fine. And I'm trying to figure out what is so wrong about Black people saying, okay, we see what's going on here, and we are choosing to put our Black American lineage first and get the things that we deserve. That's all. And secondly, the whole, Trump, he's gonna come after Black American people. Um, I feel like we have just as much, like I said, just as much stock in this country. And come on, who's gonna let someone come and take them from their country anyway? We are American citizens, and if they do try this shit, then you do what you gotta do. But it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Now, as far as the dude that to Jamaica, he's not even his parents was not American. I don't know the full ins and outs, but I do know the basis of it, and that's why they sent him out, and that's why the media is using him to fearmonger us. It's all about propaganda. They're trying to fearmonger Black Americans to get us all riled up and in the streets fighting and doing all that extra shit our square because we're resting, and we're stepping into our full American identity and saying, hey, we have just as much say in this country and just as much placement as the white American and as whoever else that's been here. So I'm not, you know, I'm not with all that. We have to worry about everybody else. We've always worried about and put our neck, out for everybody. Have we not?
I
And we
agree.
benefit none from that.
I
We
agree.
don't benefit from fighting for everybody. We don't. What have we gotten so far from fighting?
She cut out. She cut out.
Your voice went out. Woo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You cut out.
I said, what have we gotten so far for fighting for everybody? But disrespect from the
The
same people that we
expectation
fight from.
that we fight for everybody.
Huh?
What you say, Queen?
The
I,
expectation that we fight for everybody.
What you say?
it's really muffled,
The
Queen.
expectation that we fight for everybody. That's what we got.
That's all we got. A reputation for fighting for everybody else. I agree with you
Not
100%.
reputation,
Well, I agree with you
expectation, expectation,
100%.
expectation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
expected.
And then when we choose not to fight, they disrespect us. They come at us like like we're some type of children or something, and try to browbeat us. It's like, hold on, we don't like, you need to get your shit together. First off, you I feel like especially with the black immigrants in this whole, I guess, war. I don't see it as a war. They say it's a war, but I feel like the way they feel, they're a guest in this country, and I feel like because we have aligned ourselves with them and called ourselves African American, they see us as guests as well, like them, and we're not. We are not guests in this country, and I feel like that's where the fighting is going as full American, like they would see the white
I
people,
don't think they
and
should be proud out there.
and I think it's because we've allowed ourselves to them to name us African. We allowed them to, and I've heard Black Americans say too, we don't have any culture. So we allowed ourselves to them to strip us of everything that we really are. And we Americans, our ancestors built this country, and I think that's what the problem is. I think they don't see us as full American as they would see the white person. They see us as guests
That's
as well
that's
as
true.
them.
That's true, and that's the problem. People don't understand African American history or American history. They don't know who we are, and they think that gives them the right to define us because they're ignorant of who we are. We built this bitch, okay? I'm not taking nothing away from Native Americans. They are foundational Americans too. They are the indigenous, the original Americans. I'm not taking nothing away from them. But who built this superpower? Who is responsible for this country being as great and as wealthy as it is? Black people. What are these foreigners chasing? They're chasing the wealth. Where did that wealth originate from? Black people's labor, and we are the leaders of the culture. We don't have to claim some unique culture. We don't have black culture. No, black culture leads American culture. Let the truth be told. There's the fashion, there's the food, there's the everything. We lead that shit. We create and shape American culture. That is our culture. Okay? So everything you see
Look,
that's branded as American, that's us. That's 100% black people. We did that.
that ain't nothing that I feel like I got to explain to nobody, and I'm not gonna explain to nobody. That's not something to be explained. I'm not arguing with no immigrant about my position as an American. That's it.
And you
I'm
shouldn't.
worried,
And you shouldn't.
and I'm not.
But
I'm worried about that fool that's a racist and what he's gonna do when he get done with everybody else. That's what I'm worried about as a black person. I don't care about what they got going on. That's why I'm saying when you start playing with stuff like people's naturalization, because if that man's daddy was naturalized, that means he was a citizen. How you gonna send this man to a country he ain't never been to? He was born on American soil. That's a problem. That's opening the door for the bullshit later on.
You're right. It's opening the door for questioning everything. And anytime you start questioning everything, especially stuff that has been, we thought, established, you run a risk. But the reality is, the whole world is saying our country is for our people. So at this point, we have to define who our people is. And sometimes when you have to define stuff, that's going to exclude people. And I'm going to tell you my honest opinion. I know it sounds fucked up, but I really believe that an American is a person who's born on this soil. And that means their family has already been here. I'm talking about in 2025. You've been here. That's who I think is American. Okay. And so, as far as I'm concerned, white people, Native Americans, and black people are the true Americans. All the rest of these people just did paperwork, and I don't respect it, and I don't give a fuck about it. That's me.
yeah, I agree. I
If you
agree.
fought for this country to get citizenship here, your ass is a citizen.
Huh?
That's your opinion, but
I
I'm
didn't
telling
hear.
you
I
that
didn't catch that.
oh, she
If you
said
feel blood for this country, so you will become a citizen, you a citizen.
That's your
It's people
perspective.
that live in this country that won't fight for this bitch. You gonna tell
Now,
somebody
I, well,
that put their life on
okay,
the line?
if you came here and did your paperwork and I guess and did it the right way, then yeah. But like I don't like. I agree with the whole um cleaning up the illegal immigrant situation because it is a problem. It is a problem. And if you live in like states like I live like Texas, Cali, you can really see what's going on. And out to the other southern states. But here in Texas, it's a really big problem. So I can
Yeah, I
see
don't care about
why
the immigrants getting their ass
Hold
worked
on,
up.
Queen. She was
Man,
I can
stop it.
see the I agree with I agree with taking away the birthright of these people come out here and they have these children and they not doing it the right way. They getting underhand things. They're getting all the resources, everything that should be allocated to American people. And I feel like I said, Black people need to become more patriotic, more aligned to and put our people first, and stop worrying about everybody else and they plight, because guess what, they don't give a goddamn about it. I mean, in Mexico right now they're rioting trying to get foreigners out because the foreigners are raising up the price of living and pricing them out of their jobs and everything. So like May said, the same thing is happening everywhere. We should not be
Right.
worried about what's going on with them. We need to be
I'm
worried
not.
about getting our shit, putting our shit first.
My only issue is
and
that man's daddy was naturalized. That's my only issue. If he was naturalized, that means he's a citizen. That means that man is a citizen of the United States. And it's
I
out of
don't know.
line
I
to
don't
send
know.
an American citizen to a place they ain't never seen in their life.
Trump ain't
He
playing.
was born in '84.
Trump ain't playing,
Back
man.
then in '84, being in the military was a path to naturalization. So I'm sure that man joined the military so he could become an American citizen. So his child could be a citizen. Only for, I think they dead now. Now you in your grave and your child being sick somewhere that you was trying to get away from.
Well, I'll say this. I think that we give away citizenship too easily. I think we need to cut that shit out. Paperwork does not mean anything. And I say that as a person who's tried to get a dual citizenship in Dominican Republic. The shit you got to go through to be a citizen is fucking crazy in most countries, even raggedy ass third world countries. You got to invest a certain amount of money. You got to be a what do you call it? A resident for a particular period of time. You got to apply for residency for damn near 10 years in most of these countries. You got to bring a certain amount of money and you got to meet a whole bunch of stringent requirements. That's going to take you many, many years. Then you can apply for citizenship. So for most of these third world and other countries, it takes you damn near almost 20 years, maybe less, to become a citizen. And you got to bring money and resources to the table. We just open the fucking door and let anybody who's pregnant come on in and steal citizenship. And what I'm saying is later for that. Maybe people need to have, maybe we need to reform things and it needs to be you can come here and if you're not black, white, or Native American, you can get a green card and it has a fucking expiration date. And if you come here with your anti-American ass attitude, you can fucking be put out. That would solve a lot of problems because we got a whole lot of anti-Americanism over there in California. People repping Mexican flags and they born in America, using birthright citizenship to destroy our government and fight our federal agents while burning American flags, the nation that let them be here and enjoy under birthright, and then they turn around and give us as a nation their ass to kiss while repping Mexico. That's a problem. We need to stop giving citizenship away. Cut that shit out. Birthright needs to end. And these motherfuckers that come over
Mm-hmm.
here and they don't respect our country, They don't respect Black Americans. They don't respect America. You want to burn the flag? You want to fight the government? You need to be put out. You got to go.
So that's not true. Our path to citizenship is just as rigorous as other countries. The problem is our system is not tight. It got a lot of holes in it because a lot of these people that come here, they crossing the border illegally. They're undocumented, and they have no way of tracing them. The people that's trying to get their citizenship, it takes them all their time because they do have to live here for
Oh, you can
a
trace
period of
them.
time.
You can trace these illegals because guess what? They have their babies, and when their babies get here, their babies are considered American citizens. And guess what? They get all these food stamps, all that, and the parents don't get it, but the children do. So that's how they're able to trace them. They can trace them, and they can do what they need to do because all they do is come over here and have all these babies, and their babies, get all these benefits. Like it's really something how these people finesse the system, and I see it all. I see it. They finesse the
Yeah,
system
you
and then they
know,
disrespect the country.
I don't have no
Huh?
problem with them getting up the immigration system. I don't have no problem with it. But I do have a problem when we start talking about people that got their naturalization and start denying them their rights to citizen. Because they're walking a fine line. And we don't need to do that.
But I don't think
Well,
Trump is
if
coming
I'm a
after the
birthright,
people that did the paperwork the right way. I don't think
uh-huh.
Trump is coming after the people that did it the right way. He's talking about the illegals that came in here and had these children. Some of them are still babies and some of them are grown adults. And he's saying, I don't give a damn if you was a baby now, and your parents came here illegal, and so you are not naturally an American citizen, and you gotta go.
Will
I mean,
will you cut?
what
Will
can
you
you do
cutting out
about
a
it?
little bit? Will you cutting out a little bit here and
Oh,
there? But go ahead. Go
okay.
ahead.
So after the people that quote unquote did it the right way, he's coming after the people that came here and had these children, whether these children are still babies today or they might be 25, 26, 30 today. You still gotta go. You're not a
And that's
natural
fine.
citizen.
That's fine. You
But
know, I think that's
that's
kind of
what the
fucked
people
up.
is having an
But
issue with.
my issue is when they get it wrong. We should not be condoning when they get it wrong. When they get it wrong, we need to call it out too. Because that man's daddy was naturalized. He's a citizen. He should not be in no damn country he ain't never seen in his life.
Well, his paperwork must still be janky because
It was
you
some
know,
shit
they
between
found they
the
found
birth certificate.
something.
They
They found
couldn't.
something.
It was something going on between the United States and Germany at the time, and they neither country issued him a birth certificate. And for
I
whatever reason, throughout the years, they never got him a birth certificate.
I have
Now,
seen
how
people
irresponsible
who.
is that?
Well, see, y'all. There's one thing though. The question is when did. See, there's a question of time here. Even Vivek Ramaswamy, he's having this problem now because what they're doing on the back end is saying, "But my father's a citizen," and or no, his father wasn't, but my mother's a citizen. Then we start asking questions. Okay, so when did she become a citizen? Oh, well, that was just in 2012. Okay, but you were born in 1978 or 76.
And that means
So
he's not a
how?
citizen.
Hold on one second. So this is one of the questions we have to do too. We got to dig a little deeper. We're saying that the guy, that his father was a citizen, right? Is that or is it mother? Who is naturalized? The father?
Yeah, the daddy
The
was naturalized.
Right. So was he naturalized after they got out of the military? And then if that's the case, that means while he was in the military, that's why the boy didn't have no damn status because he's on the military base. And they have a guy who just got deported to Philippines. I saw his story. And he said he had never imagined. He was a naturalized citizen. They revoked his citizenship. He started out by telling his sad story. I served the military. I was fighting. I was this. I was that. And I can't believe y'all are sending me to the Philippines. I grew up here. I never ever been to the Philippines, and now I'm going back to my parents' homeland. So his parents brought him here, and at some point he was not, he was, I think, had the right to work or something with his parents, but he wasn't a real citizen. He went into the military and he served. He got his citizenship after he served in the military. But one of the things that happened was he had committed some crimes. And so Trump and them went back and said, "Ooh, you're a naturalized citizen who, after you got out of the military, committed crimes. Now you got to go." And they put him out. He's never been to the Philippines before. He served in the country, but he got his naturalization after he served, and he fucked up after he served. That crime eliminates him under Trump. You got to go. You got crime. So you got people, you got to look at the timeline. That may be the case with this guy. This guy might have got naturalization way, way long time later, and he's using that for his argument. Maybe his parents were not naturalized
Mhm.
when he was born. You see what I'm saying?
I'm looking.
Yeah, that timeline thing. And I mean, I'm be honest with you. When it comes to all these immigrants,
It
they're gonna
said
have to
he
go deep.
became naturalized the year he was born.
Oh,
He
Like I
said he became
said,
naturalized in
um,
1984, and he was born in, I think he was born in 1984.
y'all,
okay. So that means he might have applied for naturalization after that boy was born. Like the day after he
this
put the
this
application
whole
in. Go ahead.
No, he was born in
I'm not
1983, so his
dismissing.
daddy
I
was naturalized 2 years before he was born.
I think this might. I don't know. This might be an unfortunate situation, but like I said, I think this is a proper media propaganda to rile us up, rile the black people up. And what we need to do is say, okay, whether his father was naturalized or not, whatever the case may be, because it's really hazy. This still we this not our issue, because at the end of the day, if you are a black American, you could trace your family all the way back into, for some people, all the way back into when the ships landed here. So this issue, I think we don't need to get riled up about. This is propaganda to get us put fear in us,
I don't think we should
possibly
condone it.
possibly get it. I don't say condone it, but say, okay, yeah, maybe if it's true, yeah, that might be kind of fucked up, but okay, and keep it moving, but not get all wrapped up in this shit, because they trying to wrap us up. They trying to get us out there to march with all them other people, and we are
I'm
not
going to march for
immigrants.
goddamn thing.
I know I ain't. I never marched. I don't do the marching,
I'm not
but
marching for shit, but
they
I'm just saying,
they
if that,
they're trying to get us wrapped
It's
up
hard to
in this
hear.
fear monger. They trying to get us wrapped up in this fear monger, and this still ain't a black. This still ain't a true black American issue, because at the end of the day, his parents were still immigrants. Our parents, at least I know mine is not, and mine can be traced all the way back. So this is not a true black American issue. This is
It's
like an
not.
immigrant.
no,
This is
it's
like an
not, but I don't think we should
immigrant
sit up here
new
and be like, oh, he ain't a full black American, so, oh well, because, like I said, that's borderline
I'm not
walking.
saying no. I'm not saying oh well. I'm saying yeah. If it's true, that might be fucked up, but that's not. That's still not a black American issue, and we don't need to get wrapped up in that, because they trying to
We
wrap
gotta pick
us
our
up
we gotta
into
pick
this.
our battles.
I
They
do
trying.
think,
Boo.
though, we should pay
They
attention to it. I do
Boo,
think we
we
should
gotta
watch
pick
it.
our battles. That's what we've learned in 400 years. We gotta pick our battles, and we gotta be smart and strategic. That's what we know as black Americans.
I'm not saying that we should get involved. I'm saying that's something that we should pay attention to. And I understand that the immigrant problem is American. We don't like it. We want it fixed and all of that. But I don't think we should condone when they get it wrong. When they get it wrong, we should be like, yo, y'all might want to pay more attention to what you're doing. But I'm not saying we need to go march and get him back.
yeah.
I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying, look, that was a citizen. By whatever means he became a citizen. Like what you doing? Just pay
That,
attention
you know
to it.
what? You know who problem that is? That is a immigrant that did the paperwork issue. They need to be out there fighting for him. The ones
Right.
that did
I
the
agree.
paperwork,
Yeah, I'm not
it
saying we
became
should
a
watch it.
it
I'm just
became a
saying we should watch it.
wait with you. I'm not saying with you. I'm saying what I see on social media and how they trying to conjure up this
Oh,
fear to get black people to get out in the streets and fight. But this is not a black American issue. This is actually a
An
immigrant that
immigrant.
did the paperwork
Yeah.
issue. This is their
Mm-hmm.
issue. An immigrant that did the paperwork issue and became this is their so all the Africans, all the Caribbeans and Asians that did the paperwork and became a citizen the right way, they need to be out there marching and raising hell for this Jamaican dude, which they're not. Guess who they bothering? Us.
Us.
No,
Mm-hmm.
they bothering us, trying to get us
I tell
wrapped
you,
up in this shit. No,
I tell you when I
no.
am actually going to be concerned. I'm going to be honest with y'all. You know, you say, oh, you need to be concerned, you need to take action or anything like that. I'm gonna tell you as a black foundational American when that's gonna happen for me. When I see Taquisha being dragged out the hood, or I see Evelyn from the suburbs and she black and they put her on a Delta flight to Africa, and I know for a fact that this is an African American by birthright, not African American, but a foundational black American by birthright, that's when I'm gonna be worried. When I see somebody in my exact situation that reflects our FBA status in mass being done like that, then I'm gonna be concerned. Then I'm gonna be ready for action. But before that, I'm not concerned about not nobody. It's not my business. I'm resting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yup. Yep.
In the
I'm with you on
comments,
that.
real quick, yeah, in the comments, real quick, Telescope made a comment. He said that we have a reputation for being silly, emotional, and childlike. I think that's how people have tried to portray us as silly, emotional, and childlike. And they think that they like to say that when we stand up and we fight back and we let our voices be known and you know, put up resistance. They try to paint that as childish, emotional, uninformed, uneducated. But we know we rock this shit. We make this motherfucking country move. It has always responded to us that way because we are who we are. And so I think that what's happening is white people, the cousins, they didn't know that we had the back code. They didn't quite know we was on code like we are. They didn't know. And even me, I'm somewhat surprised that we flow like an
Mm-hmm.
army of people together on the same page, understanding everything. And like I say all the time, everything understood don't have to be said. We are to the point where we are telepathically connected. When I see certain black folks doing stuff, I say, oh, they on code. I know what that is. And as a whole black nation, FBAs are unified. We are sending out the back call constantly. We are minding our business, saving our energy for our own fight. We not finna have nothing to say, and we don't care because this ain't about us. And I think the whole world is just like, but they're so supposed to be emotional and they're supposed to be violent. Why are they not violent? We never were violent, motherfucker. You saw us wrong. Now you can see us right. That's what's got them nervous because they thought they had us pegged. They thought they understood us, and they don't. They don't.
Yeah.
They're confused. And they confused. We're going to end the
Mm-hmm.
African American Museum. And we like, and that is not stopping the flow of any of us doing what we got to do on a daily basis. Well, we're going to do this and we're going to go do it. Who cares? We have discipline. We have discernment. We're smart, intelligent people, and we move together. That's how we've always moved together on the same page, collectively. And that shit is shocking the world. You hear me? It's shocking the world.
Yeah.
How is it possible? How is it possible? Because we on code. Y'all don't know nothing about it. That's all.
And I wonder how they're gonna, we going to try to attack this new, because I would say this newfound Black American patriot, what patriotism? Because we never
Yeah.
truly had that. We never truly had that. We always aligned ourselves with, because I would say we did, a lot of us did this to ourselves too, with oh, we don't have no culture here, we don't have no placement here, we're African, we're connected to Africa, and now this flip, because this is a complete flip, because even white America has gotten used to us with this with that state of mind of saying we're not we're not a part of this country, we're that. So I was thinking, I'm like, how will white America try to because I know they're gonna have an issue with this, because they see themselves just like the African and Caribbean immigrants as the only Americans. See, all them African, Caribbean, and whites, they all the white people as the true Americans. But now that black Americans are saying we have just as much stock in this country too. How is that going to shape um this country? Or how is that going to be attacked? Because of course it's going to try to be attacked. What do you
Well,
think? Like,
I, you know what? That's a good point that you're bringing up. And I think that what happened was while Trump was being the biggest racist he could be, black people, white people, I think all of us were shocked that he shows up on TV and he lays the foundation. Now, can that change in the future? Maybe. Can the tides turn and attitudes turn later on? Maybe it was strategic and maybe it wasn't authentic, but he's going to stand on business fighting, saying, those blacks, and I'm not trying to be funny, but those are my blacks. That's kind of what he did. Those are my blacks. They belong to America. We
mm,
claiming them. Them are the cousins. Everybody else got to go, but the cousins, they gonna stay. He did that, and it shocked everybody. And I'm sure the right wing, pro white people, they probably said, we don't like them niggas, but they been here. So okay, whatever.
mm-hmm,
That's gonna be their attitude. Okay, whatever. We tolerate them. We've been tolerating. That ain't nothing new. And then also, Trump is also setting a tone for white people as well. And this next 4 years plus, because this is just the beginning. There will be another person to come after him and continue this anti-immigrant stuff, just like Europe and everywhere else. Anti-immigrant is everywhere. Mexico, Canada, everywhere. There's gonna be a continuation of it. So what that I think that he is doing is he's setting the tone. The African American, the so-called African American, is the exception. And he doesn't mention Native Americans much, but we already know they're here too. He's setting a tone. Everybody is fair game, but these people. I think that's what he's doing, and I think that the Supreme Court, by the time the greatest court in America has to deal with it, we are going to be the center. Unfortunately, a little bit of a pawn in the game, and we have to go ahead and pump your chest out. Fuck it. That's what I'm saying.
mm.
Milking for what you can. Yep, yep. He right. I'm American. That's right. Yep, yep. That's me. That's what we need to be doing. Fuck it.
I agree. I think we need to especially to separate ourselves from the line of fire. We need to align with our patriotism
Yeah,
and
yeah.
puff our chest out and make it clear that we are Black American, or founded, however you want to identify Black Americans. And these immigrants, they get in the business, and the last thing we need to do is be out there stomping the ground and fighting for and it might be seen as wrong, but I think that's the last thing we need to do. That
I agree.
that's the last thing we need to do.
I agree. And I
So,
caution this. This is another thing though, Woo. I caution this. These woke white folks that love to run their mouth, and then we the ones that been propping them up in the Democratic Party. You hear this, Big J? Are we going to find ourselves being thrown under the bus by the Democrats? You see what I'm saying? For
mhm.
immigrants, for
We
immigrants,
already
are the
have.
liberals. See,
We already
see,
have, because a lot
see.
of them are in powerful positions because we allowed to be so liberal and so open and so accepting of everybody, to where we allowed ourselves to be pushed out, and now we're seeing it. Even from something like the Essence Festival, even some like the people that's I think that caucus, I think majority of them are from immigrant descent. We have let it happen, and now it's like a boom, and like we've been knocked down to the floor, and we looking up, and we like, damn, we let all this mess build up and blow us back, and it's like we're seeing clear now. We seeing
Right.
clear now, and we let a lot of stuff pass by, and we're allowed to be so liberal in because black people are not really as liberal as we think we are, when it comes to a lot of things. But we allowed ourselves to align with that because they were supposed to be of the people of was supposed to be supported of the, and we just fell in line. And by doing that, we just turned a blind eye, and they propped everybody else up except for us. All we are the fighters. We're the attack dogs. We're the marchers and
Right.
stompers, and and the ones that get out, get beat up and beat down. But what do we really? Nothing. We don't have nothing like tangible from that. And I feel like now it's like this whole Trump election. It was like kind of like an awakening because he was so bold, and we've always been so cautious of everybody, even when we have been killed. I mean, everything under the sun, And dang, I lost my train of thought. I was looking at something. Anyways, but
No, but
yeah,
wait,
basically,
I agree with you saying. We put ourselves last a lot of times, and we sacrifice our best interests for the collective of other people. I agree with all of that. And it's called creating allies. We tried to build allies so that we would be more powerful. But what we're going to
yeah,
find out under Trump, now that people are drawing distinct lines, people are drawing distinct lines and using very distinct language. We have to distinguish ourselves. The time for allyship might be over. We may have to be our own ally because I have a feeling the Democratic Party, in order to fight for immigrants, they are going to, and I say when I say Democratic Party, some of the white liberals, they are going to try to ally with immigrants instead of African Americans.
yeah, yeah.
Meaning that what they may try to do is deny that the 14th Amendment means anything to us. Oh, that wasn't for
And
them.
then why do you think the and I wonder why do you think the white liberals will want to align with black immigrants versus black Americans? Why do you think that?
I think all immigrants. I think they want to ally with all immigrants. Um,
But what benefit would they give them? Because the immigrant follow through whatever they say, or what do you think?
that, that's a good question, Wu, because actually it doesn't make good sense for them to ally with immigrants because the immigrants are proving that they go in Republican Party. Okay, they're proving they're going to the right. So if I was a liberal in charge of something, I say let them motherfuckers get deported because they're gonna vote for the religious right anyway. You know what I'm saying? Them
Hmm.
Latinos and them Asians and a lot of these Africans and all these people, they like populism, and it's probably because they're used to dictators. They like populism. They
But
like strong. Uh huh.
yeah, finish your
No, go
thought.
ahead.
Finish
Go
your
ahead.
thought.
No, go ahead. That was it.
My thing is because I can specifically black people, and when I say black, I mean across the diaspora, but especially Caribbean and African people are way more conservative than even Americans. And it's funny to me how they follow the liberal party when a lot of their beliefs are more of conservative on the conservative side. So, but it seems like the liberals and the immigrants have this allegiance to each other, and it don't make sense to me. I don't know if the liberals are holding on to them because that's the strongest hold they have, but it because a lot of their way of living is more on the conservative side.
I agree.
So
I think, yeah, I agree with the conservative stuff. But the thing is that the conservatives have always turned people off because they're so outwardly racist. They're so outwardly white. You know what I mean? It's white male agenda
mhm.
only. And what we're seeing is the Republicans are realizing they need allies. They never thought they needed allies, but these white men are realizing they're getting outnumbered. They're realizing these immigrants and these Latinos, especially. When I say immigrants, I'm mostly talking about Latinos, because all these other groups are not really the real so-called threat. It's the Latinos that are
Mm-hmm.
growing at 400 and 500% population growth. I mean, these motherfuckers is repopulating like rabbits. I don't
Multiply.
mean that yeah, man. I don't mean that
Mm-hmm.
disrespectfully, but these
I'm
motherfuckers
a
is having.
I live in Texas, girl. I see it, and it's. I don't know how they growing that quick because yeah, they have a lot of children, but it's not. I don't know, but
No, I tell you
they,
how. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, Wolf. So look at me. I am a black American. I wait till I'm 38 years old to have a kid. You see what I'm saying?
hmm
Look at a Latino woman. I'm 17. No, I'm 18. She's 18. I wait till I'm 38 to have a child. What this Latina woman does is she's 18. She starts having kids. She done have four kids by the time she's 25, maybe more. Okay, five kids. We'll just
hmm
say 4 or 5 kids. Now, by the time her kids are 17, look at that. You know, those kids are by the time they're 18, they got each of those 5 kids got 4 or 5 more kids. And look at me as a black American. All I got to show at 38 is 1 kid. She didn't created
Yeah.
a whole nother generation that she populated five. She got 5 people that she didn't create in a generation. And that generation, as soon as they turn 18, they're having more. So she's gonna have 2 lineages well, for my 1 kid. She didn't create 2 generations. All I got is 1 kid. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is
Yep.
happening every 17 years. They're exponentially, you know, 18 years. They're exponentially growing, and that's just 5 of those kids. Now think about that: 5 of those kids having 3, 4, 5 more kids, and then the next generation is already there, right behind that. And that's what's happening, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. When you gave citizenship, not temporary,
hmm
and that's what I'm saying. We need to just stop giving you a Latino woman who came across the border. You are not the fucking same as me who has blood in the soil. Family has sacrificed
hmm
and been in the military. We ain't the fucking same. And that paperwork ain't gonna change shit. And we gotta stand on business
hmm
on that. We gotta stand on business. We ain't the
hmm
same. And that's the distinction. That's the difference that makes a difference. You want to get them a work temporary, whatever, and keep track of them, do that. You want to let them be here as a temporary or permanent resident, let them do that. But citizenship, cut that shit out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Yeah, I agree. It's it's a real big issue, you know. I think recently they blocked the Supreme somebody a judge blocked what did he block? The birthright again? I thought it already had went through. How did the judge was able to block that? Is that was just individually in the state
I think it was just at the
or
state level. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
mm,
But he can't do national. That's the main thing. He can't nationally block anything. He can only block it in his state until it's seen by the Supreme Court, right? On the merits, I think.
I think so. I think so. I don't know the full law how it works, but
Big J is not. He probably would know, but he's wiping his butt right now, so he ain't waiting. I know that's a
Big J.
terrible analogy. Huh?
I said Big J probably knocked out right now.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Why the hell do Big J come on the internet with a hot topic and then talking about I got 10 minutes? What the fuck? You better wait till you got some rest in your system.
Mhm. Mhm. But I just don't get I don't get the big I don't get the issue with being considering yourself either Black American or foundational Black American because even though people got the issue with Tariq, what he's saying, I mean, it hits and it makes sense. And you don't pay attention to his past. You just listen to his word, and not just him. And what they're saying makes absolutely a lot of sense. It's not a being considering yourself a Black American or a foundation of Black America is not separating yourself and considering yourself as a group. It's just lineage based. Just like Caribbean calls themselves Jamaican, or African call themselves African, or Nigerian. Africans don't even call themselves African. They call themselves whatever country they're from. Nigerian,
Right.
Kenyan,
Hmm.
whatever, wherever you from. Um, so I don't get the issue with saying this is my country. I'm American, and that's what it is. And I'm foundational to this country. So
I think that we haven't had. This is my opinion. I feel like we haven't had a divorce between Tariq Nasheed and that term. And what we're gonna have to do is just steal it. We're going to just steal it. And I think that's what Tabitha's doing. She said I might use that term, but I ain't part of the group. And I don't need to be.
mhm.
Like me, I don't subscribe to Tariq Nasheed. I don't listen to him. I don't care. But that term, whoever came up with it, and just like how the gays, what is it, the trans and stuff, they have you got to ask me what are my pronouns. I need you to ask me what I want to be called as a black person in America. Just
Mhm.
ask me what I want to be called, and I therefore have the right to tell you what to call me. I don't want you to name me.
Yeah.
So I think we're in a time where we name ourselves, and you got to respect what people say. If they say I want to be called African American, let them have it. If they say I want
But
to be
what?
called a foundational Black American, let them have it. But I ain't got shit to do with Tariq Nasheed, and I'm taking the goddamn term and I'm gonna use it over and over again and fuck him. That's it.
But I find it so disrespectful for these Africans and Caribbeans to dismiss how we want to identify them out. It's just our own identity, just like they have their own. Because they can go in and out Black American culture. They can step into our world and do it and ingratiate themselves with us, but then they have their own separate culture and customs that they do that Black American don't try to infringe on. We don't try to we don't try to say no, you celebrate or do your weddings this way or do your birthdays this way or eat your food this way or do your dances this way because you're in America. If anything, we embrace their shit. So I don't get how they can come over here and then get mad at us about how we want to identify ourselves or tell us what we need to do. That's insane to me.
It is insane. I think part of it is because we are a very unique people. We are complicated people, Woo. We're not a simple people. See, most people in the world are simple. They got one facet to them. An Ethiopian came from Ethiopia, which is their country, and an Ethiopian has their lineage and their one religion or whatever they, two religions. They got the same language. They're simple. There's nothing complicated there, right? But when
Hmm.
you start dealing with us, we're a people who have a cloudy, cloudy African past. I'll just call it that. So we don't have a homeland before the homeland. So this is the homeland. That's complicated. Ethiopian know where he came from. They all look alike. I'm just saying. We look different. Look at us. We're very complicated. I'm just telling you, they all look alike. Okay, Chinese all look alike. We don't look alike. We look different. Why do we look different? Because we are complicated people. We got Native American. We got some Spaniards that came early on and we mixed with those Spaniards. We got French that we're mixed with. We got German we're mixed with. We mixed with all of this stuff. And it's this beautiful blackness that's the only thing that never changed, no matter what we're mixed with. So that's why you look different than me. Fundamentally different. We all fucking look different. Then what they don't understand is we got regional culture. They don't understand none of these things. We're very complicated, Rue. You got Texas culture. You putting on hats and boots like Big J. Y'all do rodeos. I ain't doing none of that.
Hmm.
I'm over here making grits and biscuits. You see what I'm saying? I'm still practicing slave culture over here. We
Hmm.
eat different. We are very
Yeah.
complicated people. And not only that, we have a complicated music. We have a complicated entertainment. The whole world realized during the Harlem Renaissance, Black people are interesting. They are creators of
Hmm.
culture. They make shit cool. Not only that, you can sell shit with Black people's images. People pay attention because these people are so amazing. Who's going to Ethiopia looking for talent to sell anything? I'm just asking. Who?
Yeah. Mm.
Who's trying to sell McDonald's
Crazy.
hamburgers with Ethiopians? Okay. Who's using the neo soul music or the poetry and spoken word from Ethiopia? Who? Or any fucking country. They want American, Black American, foundational American blood because it turns shit into something. It turns nothing into something. That's our culture. We turn nothing into something. And the rest of the world don't know how to do that. And we're over a superpower creating culture. We are complicated people. And they refuse to see the levels of complication that we come with. They don't get it. They'll never get it. I ain't worried about them.
Right. It's just I don't. It's just interesting. It's interesting to see how we respect their culture and don't want or need to change it or to tell them how to identify, but they want to get mad, call us xenophobic, divisive. It's like no, it's none of that. You know,
Absolutely.
we just identifying ourselves by lineage. That's it. I don't get how people turn this into a war, into an argument, into it just don't. Even people are making
They
big
think,
deals.
girl, they think
Big,
we public property. They think we public property. They forgot we
but
been free. That's what they.
my issue is the Black Americans that's turning this into it. Because have you heard of him? I'm pretty sure you heard of him. FD Signifier. Have you heard
Yeah,
of him?
FD signifier. I haven't seen his read on none of this, but I know who he is.
He made a video. And he basically ripped apart the whole FBA lit. And he's supposed to be an FBA. So he ripped apart the whole FBA lit. But he's an ultra liberal.
Woo, your voice went out. Woo, your voice went out.
Can you hear me? Yeah, my alarm went off. Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear
Yeah, we
me?
can hear you. Yeah, Woo, we can hear you. Woo, your mic is muted. Your mic is muted. Okay, your mic is unmuted, but we can't hear you. Woo, your mic is unmuted, but we can't hear you. Woo. Okay, I think she's gonna come back. Yeah, I think she's gonna come back. Yeah, FT signifier. I pay attention to some of the stuff, but not all of it. Go ahead, Queen.
What? Go ahead, what?
Oh, I thought you was going to say something. You took your mic off, so I was gonna be quiet. So you, I've been talking for a while.
I don't even know what y'all talking about no more.
Oh, you was working.
I've been listening, but yeah, I'm working. I got 30 minutes till I get out of here.
All right. No, our conversation has evolved from just talking about what it is to be a FBA to why people think that they can tell us what to call ourselves, like collectively.
They always have.
Right. I think they think we're public. They think for some reason we public property. They're not recognizing like, no, we have choices because we're complicated people. We're not that. We're just not, you know, a people from one place with one religion and one language, and we all look alike. We're not. We're very complicated people. Our history, our culture, everything about us, our politics is
We
very
ain't that
complicated.
complicated. The
Hello.
motherfuckers look at us like we slaves and they can dictate to us what the hell we can and can't and who we are and who we ain't. And that's why they do that.
I do think we're
It ain't that,
complicated. I think we're
it ain't
quite
that
complicated.
complicated.
We are. We're
I
not as
don't think we
simple as.
complicated at all.
Well,
I
that's your
think we just like
opinion.
everybody else.
That's your opinion. I
Hey,
just pointed out a thousand
my
ways.
opinion.
I'm saying I acknowledge that's your opinion that we're complicated. I hear you. That we're not
Okay, but
complicated.
you
I hear
can
you.
stop saying it's my opinion. We having a conversation. Stop saying the obvious multiple times.
And
You
I'm
get on
just
my
saying
nerves.
that I do think we're complicated. So it's just difference of
We,
opinion.
well, every culture is complicated.
Okay, here's your opinion.
We ain't no different than any other culture.
Okay, Will, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I got a phone call. You know how it can push you out. I forgot what I was even
Mm.
saying. Yeah, I was about to say something too. Maybe it'll come back to me. Uh,
Yeah, I'm back.
what the
I didn't
hell?
know I was muted. I didn't know I pressed that mute on my headset. I was talking and shit. Um, yes, sir. Said African American ain't African. Somebody was over here talk a lot of shit about me. I don't know why they gonna do a hot topic and think that was May. You did that.
Oh,
I was
yeah, that
half
was
ass.
me.
Yeah, I was half ass sleeping shit. Oh, who else? Who's trying to pop up? Who else trying to pop up
Yeah,
in
I
here?
was saying, are you gonna come with a hot topic like that and just think you're gonna take 10 minutes and dip off? That ain't right. That ain't right.
Yeah,
I
this is a very hot topic, and I feel like all Black Americans, we need to get on code. If we don't do anything, get on code and throw out all your beliefs about some of the people that's because this ain't a cult. This ain't about you know being a gang. This is only about lineage base, and that's what I was gonna say. FD Signifier, he made a video ripping apart the whole FBA ideology and saying X, Y, and Z. But what got me was that the talk of reparations came up, and he said Black people do not need reparations because all we're gonna do is spend it on jewelry, clothes. You know, the typical racist shit that you hear from other people that say Black people with money, that's all we do. And I thought that was so disgusting. It kind of turned me off. I typically think he's a smart guy and his views on things is pretty strong and pretty intellectual. But when he said that, I was like, who did this guy think he is? It was, it's coming from like this arrogant racist standpoint to think that Black people are Black people as a whole are financially illiterate and that we don't know how to spend money, save, or invest it. And that's not true. That's another stereotype, you know?
oh,
So
thank you,
I
thank you.
don't know. I agree with him. Because if reparations was to come in the
no,
form of a check, I would vote against it. Nope. Mm-mm.
why? Well, I mean,
Because
the way
it's
people
not.
spend their money
Because
individually, the way people spend their money individually is their business. You have you have no say because
that's
everybody
the
is not
problem.
financially illiterate.
But that's
Everybody doesn't
everybody.
just spend their money. It's
We
not black people do hold black people are a lot of Black people are financially literate. They can invest their money. They do buy things. I mean, all our own shit. And we have family that's doing what they need to be doing. Everybody is not from the hood, Black, and financially illiterate and don't know what to do with money.
if I had to
Not
weigh
all
the
Black people are,
if I had to weigh the
huh?
financially literate against the financially illiterate when it comes to reparations, because the purpose of reparations is to level the playing field. And if you got people out here that's gonna buy grills and rims and new cars instead of investing in their future, that's not gonna benefit the race.
But then that could be said about the Native Americans because Native Americans get a check and a lot of them on drugs. A lot of them
Exactly.
gamble their own money at I know, but a lot of the at the casinos that they own, a lot of them do all kind of stuff with it, but nobody's telling them they don't need it. So why are we telling Black people they don't need their just due? I don't think
So I
that's
say
right.
if it comes in that form, I'm not gonna support it.
Oh
Now if it
man,
comes
y'all
in
gotta.
the form of
Ooh,
building
Jesus,
up
help
proper
us,
resources, if it comes in
help
the
us,
form of building
God.
up proper resources, yes, I'll support that. But just okay, no, not at all.
Well, think about this,
God
Woo. You
help
talk
us.
about one person. Woo, that's one person's opinion. How many Black people think exactly what Queen says? Not many.
I hope not many, but for him, because this guy, like FD Signify, he has 1 million subs. And for him to put something out to his mass of followers that's going to share this information, that's going to go to other platforms, and say this information is so irresponsible to me, because he put us, like any other races, he put us in one box and said we don't deserve something because we're gonna go and buy grills and cars and clothes with it, which I ain't never before and never will. I know people that's not into that stuff. I know educated, smart black people, and not even educated, just hardworking people that clock into their jobs and do what they gotta do. Everybody ain't from the hood and want a grill. That is not true. And for you to say that with your huge platform, like I said, it's so irresponsible and it's disgusting. And what's going on with you? Are you? And I don't even get into that whole conspiracy stuff, but I'm like, is this what they call it, a Democratic shield? Is he
Oh,
getting
A
paid?
psyop. A
Is he getting
psyop.
paid to put this information out? And then another thing, when I was in his chat one time, and I put my idea, I was disagreeing. He called me a Russian bot. I said, "Oh, this guy is getting paid, because ain't nothing bot about. I'm 100% real. I ain't no Russian bot." But it was just like, it's weird how some of these people in these spaces is moving, especially with these huge platforms, and to put out racist propaganda. That really rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, let me say this to you,
FD,
Rue. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah,
Big
yeah,
J.
I'm back. I'm back. Don't get me started about FD signifier. Please don't get me started, because 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 what he does, he's on this elitist idea. Now people tell me I'm on some elitist shit, but when you listen to FD, he's on some elitist shit, because the more, because everybody tell me, Big J, why you got a problem with him? Why you got a problem with him? Listen to him over and over again. There's certain words he be using, and you be like, bruh, come on, because he's on some elitist shit. You think he's the next Booker T. Washington, W.D. Du Bois type person. He thinks he's on that level of this. I'm on the talented tent type shit. He's on that talented tent idea, deals about the world, and then he always mixes ideas with the LGBTQ shit. Like, we not talking about
He sure do.
LGBTQ.
hola María.
Yeah, he always do that shit. Like, bro, what? We're not on that. If you own that, fine, but that's not the topic. You know, because he's trying to browbeat. He's trying to browbeat everybody to accept that there are LGBTQ people, as
Oh
if though,
boy.
that's what FD's doing. He's trying to
Yeah,
browbeat that
and
ideology, and that's what he's doing.
that's why I feel like he's maybe a psyop or a Democratic shield. Hello, a Democratic shield is because um he
Wait,
went
hold
on
on.
this rant about, yeah, because I
Wait,
can't.
wait. Hold on. One of y'all have to go first, because I'm hearing racket in the background. So, Queen, go ahead. I think that was you, or what's that, May? One of y'all was talking.
That was me talking.
Yeah, it was you. It
I'm
was
on
somebody
mute.
else.
This is May. I'm on mute.
Well, somebody else was talking. Was
That
that
was that
Queen?
was me talking. I don't know.
Okay,
I
go,
think
go
it was
ahead.
both of us talking.
Or some,
But
you know,
the thing
go ahead.
that
Go ahead.
the thing that makes me feel like he's being the thing that makes me feel off about him is because he did, like you said, he did a whole video, I think one time, I can't remember, talking about LGBT and how they identify and identity politics. But then on the other hand, he made this video diminishing FBA lineage, which is just another identifying ourselves. It's just like how people would say, like May said, how do you choose to identify? So I'm like, how can you go hard in the paint for the LGBT and how they identify and how to respect that, but then in another video completely diminish and demolish FBA and Black American lineage and how we choose? So that's what made me start to side eye him and really question, what is this guy about? So that's all I had to say.
I see Vita up here. We're gonna be done. Anton, not Anton. I wish it was Anton. I want to cook Anton. Anyway, about that Megan Kelly shit. They Dante, yeah.
What's
Dante
up?
had to
What's up,
step in.
everybody?
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
going
I was
on?
just I'm enjoying the topic. You know,
Hey,
May. Yeah, what's up, May? Long time no speak. May had it going on real good up here with the conversation.
What's up, Dante?
But you, yes, but you know what? With us as black people, when we come to politics, we are naive and dumb when it comes to politics. We don't know how policy works and how they implement it or what have you. And the Democrats been using us as cannon fire for years. And and the reason why you got this mess that's going on with these immigrants is because we are part of it. We help put it in there for them to bring their asses over here. To be honest, I got to put it on us because it's us that we've been fighting for these policies that these damn Democrats have put in to make for these damn immigrants to come over here and get their boots while they telling us that we should lace our boots and do something while they getting their boots handed to them. But that's all I wanted to get off my chest with.
No,
Nah,
you
you gotta
right.
tell them.
You're right, Dante. You right.
You gotta tell them go home and fix their sandal straps. Forget all that bootstrap stuff. Nah, y'all took out bootstraps. And I don't know if this is the illegal immigration is really our problem because I mean I know we cut our own lawns, but I remember an influx of white folks hiring the Mexicans to cut their lawns, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden now the Mexicans own the lawn company. I remember them hiring illegal Mexicans to fix their roofs. Now the Mexicans own the construction companies. Black people are still doing fine. Look at the farmers. Look at our buildings. I'm in a black neighborhood. These niggas over here building up their houses, fixing them, patching, keeping them from falling apart. Black people doing fine. It's not necessarily our problem that we cause. It is our problem that the influx lowered our wages, lowered our standard of living in this country, but it raised the standard of living in their countries. That's why they're protesting about gentrification in Mexico now. That's awkward, but this is not our doing. This is we warn people. I remember all of us up here have said something in warning to an immigrant, to a black American, to if we warned you, hey, this is gonna be Trump's policy. Hey, lesser of two evils. Hey, this is what the Democrats want to do. Hey, white supremacy don't like you like that. I mean, once they're done with you, what do the people normally say? When white supremacy is done with their tools, they usually break them. People haven't learned that part yet. Well, now you're getting broke.
Damn. That's real.
Oh, and as far as that video I sent, yeah. See, I'm a little bit fed up with these tethers coming up here, telling us what we should be doing in our country and how we should be handling stuff regarding them and this, that in our country. I'm a little bit tired of that shit. You come from a shithole country. Your prime minister just got up here and told all the people that's being deported, don't bring your crime back here. Why? Because when they left, they were criminals to begin with. Um, so, and that same man that made that video, he was just, we go back and look him up. He's the one that was like how either Mexicans or other immigrants are telling him not to hire black people, to hire more immigrants. That's the same exact man who turned around and was like, this FBA aid, this is nonsense. All right, bro.
Really? Okay. So I'm
That's the
not. I'm
same
not.
exact man, bro.
I'm not familiar with him. So just
I'm gonna send you the link to his original video, and you can be like, oh,
okay.
okay, yeah, this is. I see where he's coming from. He's exposing what's going on behind the scenes. He's telling us that the foreigners that he got working for him, they come in, they say, hey, fire the black American, hire the my immigrant cousin, hire my this cousin, hire the non-foundational black Americans, and everybody propped him up for that video, and then he turns around and does this video. Niggas is saying, boy, go back to your country. He fucked up. He fucked up his own business. Like them white people at the tire or car shop when they that Juneteenth joke, they ruined their own business being assholes. He just messed up his own business.
Okay.
That's all they did, just flipping on us. What the Democrats did, they just flipping on us. So, okay, since we're gonna give you since we're gonna give y'all a little special privileges, not special privileges, but goddamn, what's that damn bill they passed? Affirmative action. What they did since y'all the minority, we gonna put them Latinos in front of y'all. They're gonna be the minority. We gonna use them to move y'all asses up out of here. And that's what they've been doing for goddamn decades.
Yeah, but it was white women that received more affirmative action, and I don't know why everybody keeps saying DEI when it's white women receiving that more than anybody else.
Well, they use us to sell the idea and then they steal the opportunity. They've been doing that. Just like immigration, they use the idea, oh, it's for African Americans, and then they open it up for everybody but us. And we had to still fight for the basic rights that was in the Constitution. This is what they do to us. And that's what I'm saying. We've been watching these games for a long time. And we've been taking notes and we've been learning. So I think, we got to also look at Vivek Ramaswamy. Look at him. Look what he did to himself. He thought he had white privilege. He thought he could speak freely. See, we learned to talk in codes and have bat signals and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he could literally get up. I got a platform. People listen to me. I'm an Indian, but I'm really an American. Y'all, they dragging him. Have y'all seen how they dragging Vivek, telling him to go
Oh
back to
yeah,
India?
yeah, because like right now though, and, I also watch what they did to I don't know, me and you watch British politics. They're doing the same thing to Richard Sunak, who was the prime minister. They did the same shit. It's always some Indian or Pakistan who becomes over either here or over there in Britain. They do the same shit. It's the same. It's exactly the same playbook. Like in Sunak, they put his picture out there with his family, talking about, yeah, I'm running for governor and shit, right? This is my 4th of July. Man, I'm looking at the Twitter and shit. They tell him to go to home. You're an immigrant. You're illegal. You're this and you're that. Hold on, what happened? I think everybody left. Okay, yeah, you're illegal. Go home. I'm like, damn. And he want to talk about, he got on CNN and want to talk about black people with Don Lemon and shit. You know, the irony of it. And then when the white woman who I'm gonna talk about, who invented FBA, told his ass, listen, you're not even American. I wouldn't vote for you. You're not even American.
Oh, you talking about what's the white lady? She's so nasty. What's her name?
I'm gonna use the cat's out the bag is Ann Coulter. Ann Coulter invented
Ann
that term
Coulter.
FBA.
Yes,
Ann Coulter
that
invented that
shit was
term
woo.
FBA. She actually invented that term FBA, and I got that footage. I'm about to drag. You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone.
Are you
I'm
sure
waiting
she
for her to do that.
created that? Are you
Yes,
sure that
yes,
nobody said that
yes,
before her?
yes, because it happened in 2012. It was in 2012, right after when Mitt Romney lost to Obama. She came out with that term, and me and Photo. Well, there's a guy named Photo on YouTube. Me and him was talking about this about 4 months ago, and I said, hey, me and him was sharing videos on C-SPAN because we saw it on C-SPAN because like she got on C-SPAN and said it again. I said, wait a minute, foundational black? Oh, wait, hold on, wait a minute. But black people here are foundational. Black people here are foundational. Blah blah. I'm like, wait, what? Who? Who this sounds like? That sound like something like what Tyreek would say. And that shit, she said the shit long before Tyreek or anybody else on this side of YouTube said it. Oh, wait a minute, Dante got kicked off. Let me see. I'm putting it back. He got kicked off. I don't know what happened. Yeah. Yeah, but
Oh
she the
wow.
one who said, she the one who originated, and I got the footage. Is it?
I
I
wonder where
got I
she
got
got it from though. But where did she get it from though, Big J?
okay. She was on a okay. The first time she has said it, right? She was on the aftermath when they just announced that Obama won the second time, and she was saying that black people, that she said that the Democratic Party is pushing black people to the side to allow the immigrants, allowing the Hispanics and the Mexicans to take over. right? She said it then. Then though she said it another time. Years later, it was on C-SPAN because she was on that book review thing on C-SPAN. She said it again. Found black people are foundational, and she keep using the term foundational, black foundational. And I'm sitting there like, oh, you know what? Hold on. I gotta do that video because if you see the video, and I'm gonna put the dates, and the time, so nobody won't say, "Well, she just said it recently." No, she said this long before Tyreek even said it. Long
Yeah,
before
that
that.
would be good to see. That would be good to see where it came from, or if there's any origin that she got it from before that. That would be really good.
Right? Because
Yeah, I
she was on
already
the
knew that 4K
anti-immigrant.
come off. So
What?
finish, Jay. I'm sorry, Jay. Go on to finish.
Yeah, yeah. So she was saying this shit long before Tyreek said it or anybody else over here said it. Because I'm like, hey man, that sounds familiar. She said foundational what? She said foundational black. You not a foundational black. We need to take care of black people here. Blah 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 blah. And that was when Obama was president. Obama won. He won the second term. It was on election night. And I got one of the footage, but Photo and I, you know who Photo, I know somebody from Talk Real Solutions channel. You know, we go long. So me and him was talking about it, and yeah, me and him were finding footage after footage, and you have to go on C-SPAN to find it, and you have to go digging. You have to dig for that shit, you know, to find it. Cause there's some videos you got to dig for it. Because I remember when she said it, and me and him went digging that night and found it too. Shit, we found it. I said, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't want nobody sit there and say that's why you don't see me using that term. That's why I don't follow that movement like that. And part of the reason why, though, I think FBA movement is a fraudulent movement because what Tyreek was doing was trying to bounce off of, was trying to join Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks shit. And Tone Talks and Yvette Carnell told him to go kick rocks. And he turned around and created FBA. See, that, you know, it was also over some jealousy shit. You know, so that's why I kind of look at the FBA shit kind of like, well, Dante, you know. Anyway, he got kicked off again, I guess. But yeah, that's why I don't. That's part of the reason why I don't back that shit. It's just a vanity project.
Well, I think you can take the term, and you don't have to necessarily subscribe to anybody else who created it. Like I'm not. What's her name again? The white woman. What's her name?
And Coulter.
And culture. I'm gonna use that term, and it ain't got nothing to do with and culture. In the same way you disassociate a word, you can give it new meaning. And so I think that foundational Black American has caught on for those of us who want to use it. And I think people need to assume that people are using it to describe the history, the complex history of Black Americans. Um, and it's a unique term. I think we're just gonna steal it. And damn Tyreek and Coulter, both of them, fuck them. They're not getting no credit. But anyway, I appreciate you so much, Big J. I'm about to drop down because I got some stuff going on. I got to take care of.
All right then, yeah. I'm gonna get her off here too, though.
All right,
Queen, get it
I hit
together.
your cash. I hit your cash app too. Appreciate you.
All right then. I appreciate it then. Yeah. But anyway, Queen, you got something to say before I leave? Cause yeah, I was asleep for a minute. You know, I was gonna let y'all rock out this shit for hours as I sleep, but I'm still up. So for a while, yes. Bobby Gentle from Louisiana. They do him this. He does the same shit. There needs to be a series on American and British politicians that do that bullshit. They want to be close to those folks, and then what's the name from South Carolina? She does the same shit. What's the woman that ran against Trump in the primary? I forgot her name. She does the same shit. You know your ass ain't white, But yeah, every time they want to do a photograph of your ass, you want to bleach your skin and shit. Nikki Haley, thank you, Nikki Haley. Yeah, look at it. They always want to bleach your skin. We already know, man, your ass is dark. Get out of here. You brown skin. Be proud of who the fuck your ass is. That's what I'm saying. You know, shit. Give a damn, shit. Y'all want to be white so damn much. Be proud of who the fuck you are. Shit. I appreciate that, y'all. But anyway, yes, bruh. Yes. I saw that. I really want to talk about that, but I'm gonna talk about that later on. Because he and her both deserve to be in prison. But like I said, Ken Prax is gonna fuck around and be the next United States Senator from the great state of Texas. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. I see him becoming senator, despite that divorce from his state senator wife, though. Yeah. But anyway, it's coming. And he's supposed to be the attorney general of Texas, and you got impeached and got away with the shit. Got away with it. Anyway, thank you to the 25 people that's been watching me. I appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate the 25 people who've been watching. I guess Queen Sunk is at work. She's not gonna respond. So, and I'm tired as hell, and it's 9:29 a.m. at right now. So I'm gonna give Queen a couple more minutes and give her a chance to say something. And if not, though, I'm gonna end this live stream. I hope she forgives me on that, because I'm tired as fuck. I just got off from work. So yeah, I worked last night. So yeah, I don't wanna be rude. All right, I don't want to be rude and shit. So yeah, I'm gonna wait the Queen say something and give her a minute or two. Because I want to go to sleep. Damn it. I was going to do I might do the live stream on Tucker Carlson and Iran. All right then, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna check in a minute. I'm gonna check in a minute after I'm done. But yeah, I'm just gonna. I was gonna do a live stream on Tucker Carlson and Iran. I saw that on Twitter. I wish I had time for that today, but I had to go work tonight. So, you know. Anyway, I guess Queen ain't showing up yet. I'm gonna give her 45 more seconds. I'm gonna end this then. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for y'all support. And I really want to address these niggas though who keep talking about we on a hunt for Big J. I really want to address y'all, but y'all not that even remarkable, you know. Y'all some bitch ass niggas talking about I'm in Texas for a week. And enjoy your stay, nigga. I saw you make that stupid ass video. I'm in Texas, man. Yeah, yes, nigga. We know you're in Texas, and nobody thinking about you. But anyway, I'm gonna wait for Queen to say something. I guess she's still at work or whatever the case may be. She said she's gonna last 30 minutes. I don't want to be rude and everything. So anyway, y'all.
What? No, y'all finna leave. Hello?
Yeah. I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you to speak.
Yes, I'm here now. Oh,
you got anything to say? You got anything to say?
Not really. I do think that we don't need to be So, uh, yes, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. I don't think we need to be so black that we don't deal reality of what it is to be. You too. That's the only thing I be concerned about, for real, for real. Just like the whole reparations thing. I don't want no damn check.
What I do have an idea for reparations, though. I mean, I do have like a 4-pillar plan. I think one of them. I think one of them is like a baby bond. I really want to see. I want to see reparations done as a baby bond. You know, or some sort of a UBI type of system. But other than that, I don't think just sending a check. Sending a check. I don't think it would be feasible. Because if you're going to send a check, I think though the problem is that it will decrease the value of the dollar. I'd rather have the spending of the dollar be greater. When they use the dollar. But I'll talk about that later on.
Yeah, but if people if they gonna cut a check and it's gonna benefit black folk, that would mean that most of the people will spend most of the money with black people in order for it to enrich black people. Now, if you gonna give a partial check or something like that, I can understand that. But just make reparations be about a check, I think that's a grave mistake. We gonna still be in the same social economic position that we in now.
Right, it is. It is because every time I hear people say cut the check, I get everybody call me a coon. I'm a coon. BK, you a coon. No, you're missing the point. Because if you're going to cut that check, right, and be checked every week or every month, how it's going to work, right?
Yeah.
I think though you're going to devalue the dollar that's going into your pocket. What I would like to see is and I'm gonna talk about this more just later on, is more like a baby bond, or more like something that would benefit the infrastructure around black neighborhoods. So
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I want to see stuff like that. Don't just get nobody like.
She cut off. She got cut off. I'll wait.
Oh, hold on. Let me take this off.
Now. I hear you now. She got cut off a
minute
ago.
I said, you remember when they passed out some stimulus checks? Have a good day.
Oh yeah.
She got cut off again. I'll wait for her.
Did you hear me?
I hear. I didn't hear you. I hear you now. What were you saying?
I said, you remember when they gave them stimulus checks, and they wouldn't people didn't do what they were supposed to do with their money.
Right. It wasn't a stimulus check. It was that what's that loan, the PPP loan. Well, yeah, I understand what the stimulus check. Yeah, that too. Yeah, but what I would like to see is something. Okay, you remember when me and you talk about bonds, like city bonds, municipal bonds. I want something like that. That's why I said that we need to create like a black infrastructure bank and sell bonds and let the bonds come back and pay us. We receive the dividends back or something something similar to that.
Something with some infrastructure, something that's gonna be lasting, something that's not gonna be fleeting. Because I'm not even just talking about that PP loan. That PPP loan, people had to apply for that. But I'm just talking about when they passed them damn stimulus checks out, people were supposed to pay their rent and didn't do
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
it. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you
Hello?
now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear
I
you now.
couldn't,
Yeah, go ahead.
okay. I couldn't have no more problems, but uh people just don't do what they supposed to do with money on a large enough scale for it to actually benefit an entire group.
Mm-hmm.
And we can talk about how black people move together, but we ain't really seen. Well, I don't know, cause Target kind of catching hell right now. But prior to this Target situation, black folk ain't did nothing collectively since the Montgomery Montgomery bus boycott.
Mm-hmm.
I can't rely on it.
Right. Right. Right.
Like, I'm not so pro black. I'm willing to not look at reality. That's all I'm saying. I'm not so pro black. I can't see that somebody actually has citizenship and it's being disregarded. That I'm gonna sit up there and agree and condone this shit. Nah, I ain't that damn pro. I'm not pro black to the point that I'm making stupid ass decisions. You know what I'm saying? And I think we need to be mindful of that because black folk and all the vitriol they got for these immigrants is crazy as hell. Now I understand like if you work in construction or you do lawn services and shit like that, I can understand you being upset to that degree. But most of the jobs that some people do, we don't fucking want to do them. We ain't gonna do them. So why we got this much vitriol? Now if it's on some, you know, I'm listening.
In most of the jobs, we ain't there. Most of them jobs, we ain't there. We ain't there. We ain't near those farms where you got to pick all the lettuce and shit. You
We
know.
ain't gonna pick no goddamn lettuce unless they finna pay us $50 or $100 an hour just because of the history of that shit in this country. We ain't gonna do that.
Right.
We not gonna do it. So like I don't understand. Like you know, one thing I can say about Trump, he will run a hate campaign, and that is the easiest way to get people on your side. And like we shouldn't even have that much vitriol for them folks, cause we don't want to do what they do. Now I understand we don't like to see the influx of their population and the stuff that they doing as citizens in this country. That's one thing, but to be sitting up here calling people all out their name and all this weird shit, it's weird. It is what is we doing all that for?
And I have a problem with people like Phil the Advice Show. Nigga, your wife is one of them. Idiot. Your wife is one of them. Why you know, stop with the FBA talk and talking about immigrants. Your wife is one. Your wife looks like one. I'll put it like that. Your wife is the same racial group as them.
I know that I ain't mad at MD Signifier for what he said. Cause Tyreek is a motherfucking grifter and Tyreek ain't doing nothing productive for the culture. And somebody needs to fucking say it. You don't go from teaching men how to be no pimp to now all of a sudden you wanna lift up get the fuck out of here. Sit your ass down and shut your ass up. And then he ain't even start that shit until after he tried to grip off of Yvette and with their ADOS movement. Fuck Tyreek.
Yeah, that's why I have a problem. That's why you don't see me trying. I already had a problem with Tone Talks and them, Tone Talk and ADOS though, right? Because my argument with them was, okay, how you gonna want to do down ballot when the executive appoint the people who are of the judicial? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was it doesn't make any sense right there. So the whole issue with Tyreek going over there trying to bum off a Yvette Carnell and them, I'm just like, bruh, come on. And then try to No, and then Ann Coulter came out with the whole FBA shit. She and the one that created that term. That's why I'm like, ooh, wait a minute. Ooh, hold on. Let me pump the brakes on this. I
and
saw
that's weird. Like, why for what? Cause when I was growing up, we was just black. That's what we was. We was black.
right.
Then all of a sudden, I went to sleep and woke up. Now we African American. Where the fuck that come from? Like, these people keep renaming us, and we sitting up here letting them do it. And what the hell they keep renaming us for?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just looking at it like, okay, y'all just, you're doing what Ag Culture wants y'all to do. I mean, I'm gonna leave y'all alone. I'm gonna let y'all, I'm still gonna do that video though on Ag Culture, creating that term FBA, y'all, because everybody thinking, oh, Big J, you full of shit. No, I'm not. No, I'm not, because she said it on.
You done played the clip before?
Huh?
You played the clip before?
Yeah, I played the clip, but there are some more clips. There are some more
clips.
Oh
yeah, pull all the clips, get them out.
Yeah.
Shit.
So this happened about 10, 15 years ago. 10, 15 years ago when she said that shit. And I'm like, wow. And she's the only one saying it, and then all of a sudden Tyreek's saying it. I'm like, huh?
And the white woman.
Yeah, because the white woman said it. Yeah, I was just like, okay, the white woman saying all this crazy shit, and she want black people to go after illegals, and then now Tyreek said it, and now we got to go after the tethers who are the immigrants. We on the xenophobic bullshit.
And all that shit is ignorant as hell to me too, because it's really this simple. Them motherfuckers wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the work that we put in. Why is we arguing with them? If we said we ain't fit to stand up, go ahead.
We not going to. Okay, go ahead, Queen. I'm gonna let you.
I'm saying, if we saying we ain't finna stand up and fight for a goddamn thing, why is we arguing with them about how they feel about it? Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. If we ain't gonna fight for your ass to stay here, we ain't gonna fight for your ass to stay here and oops your bad, whatever. That's your issue. Why we arguing with them? Why is we calling them all kind of names? Look, let Trump get their ass, rather them up, deport their ass wherever the fuck they going to. Why do we care? I just feel like a lot of the time we be so focused on the wrong shit that we ain't paying attention to the shit that we need to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trump.
Right.
Go ahead.
Because they're after black elected officials or black officials, head of fire departments and shit. Like
that man is trying to strip black people from education.
Right.
He's trying to uneducate our children. And we sitting up here talking about, oh no, we citizens in the Constitution, and why he sitting up here trying to rewrite the motherfucker? Like, come on, man. Be smarter. Stop being stupid. If they ain't safe, your ass ain't safe, because your ass wasn't safe when you first got here.
The great okie doke. It's the great okie doke. I just, and it's parallel, and I keep bringing up the what happened in New Orleans in 1893, right? Governor Nicholas of Louisiana did the exact same shit to niggas, to those Italians. Hey, watch out, black people. These Italians stealing your jobs. Wait a minute, Governor Nicholas, you used to be a slave owner. You used to own these slaves. Yet you're telling these same slaves who are now free to fight the Italian immigrants in Louisiana, in New Orleans. You know what? There is a movie on that. I got Christopher Walken played the. I gotta show you the movie though, because it's on YouTube. It's the same pattern. It's the same beat. Donald Trump is doing the same exactly the same shit, and niggas sitting there just doing the same shit. History repeats itself. Niggas just here we go, man. The immigrants, we gotta attack the immigrants because we want our jobs. And all what he's doing is trying to take one group to fight the other group because Governor Nicholas is trying to save the white race. To bump up the white race. He trying to bump up the white, the northern European, because the Italians are not really quote unquote white in their eyes. They're southern Europeans. So you trying to get the southern Europeans to fight with the people of African descent, while we over here battering each other the hell. He over there trying to boost up his own people up. People ain't see the okie doke. This is an okie doke trick, y'all. Man, see, and I see it all over again. See, like
Black folks stay falling for the okie doke because they want to live in some kind of fantasy fucking reality instead of what's real. What's real is, for the past 50 years, as a collective, we dropped the fucking ball. We got comfortable. We got opportunity. We can do stuff. It's post-racial America. We believe in all this bullshit, and then this motherfucker go get in office and start doing shit like taking away the Civil Rights Act. Everybody ain't nobody talking about that shit. Everybody like, oh, motherfucker, before he started going after them goddamn immigrants, he took away the Civil Rights Act, and that was the shit that got Jim Crow off your ass.
See,
you think he ain't coming back? He's gonna circle back to that shit. Ain't nobody having no conversations about what happens in the event he decide he gonna circle back. No, they all crunk up and hiding about tellers and shit. Is something wrong with y'all?
He's going to have to circle back. He's going to have to circle back because he knows that he sees people like there are some new black politicians rising up in the world. He needs them to be stopped. He sees a Jasmine Crockett. He sees that lovely Summer Lee, who I want to take her in my.
And that's why he's trying to strip the Department of Education, because black folks don't get fucking educated. If we anywhere in any position, we earned that shit. Didn't nobody give us a goddamn thing. We earned it. You best to know that person sitting in that position know what the fuck they talking about, and they know what they doing. They not incompetent and they not mediocre because of the color of their damn skin. Well, nobody in this country gonna give a shit. So now he's trying to uneducate our children. We ain't having no conversations about that. We sitting up here talking about children. Who gives a fuck? What is we gonna do as black American citizens in this country when they get ready to start coming for us again? Because we've been stagnant for 55 years.
See,
so we're a little out of practice.
Here's how I see it, though. Imagine this as a pool game, right? The pool. If you play pool, what's the goal of the pool? You knock all the other balls, but the black ball is the last.
Yep.
The goal is yes. So the rule is, to knock all the balls out, and you get to the black ball and the 8 ball is last. That's what this is. And it's a white ball knocking all them other balls out. Nobody ain't sitting seeing this shit. You're knocking out the red ball out. Huh?
They done did this shit across the globe, and it's the same playbook they always run. And I'm just like, y'all sitting up here acting like y'all ain't never seen no history class.
You got the yellow ball knocked out. Red ball knocked out. The stripes, the blues, the red, all the other balls, the greens, all them other balls are knocked the fuck out. Your ass, and the purpose was to get to you.
The 8 ball.
Yeah.
The power ball. The black ball.
Right. If you know about white supremacy, you play a game of billiards, a game of pool, and you'll see it. That's white supremacy right there. That white ball knocking all them other balls out, and that black ball is all by itself. Because he's trying to get to the black ball. The problem is he can't get to the black ball directly because everybody can see though what the game is. If you go after the black ball directly. So you have to execute the other balls. See,
I'm just amazed because when Tyrese started that fucking telling shit, I was like, I know y'all ain't this damn stupid. Y'all finna jump on this shit.
I'm glad. I'm glad though. I don't hear this shit in real life though. I'm glad I don't hear that shit in real life though. I'm glad for right now it's staying online. But then again, because people like Kevin Samuels, the manosphere shit going to become,
You know
mainstream and
what?
shit.
You're not gonna hear this shit in the real world for a couple of reasons. Number one, we don't live together. When them folks come over here, they don't fuck with us. They don't invest in our communities. They don't invest in our schools. They go find their own little pocket of people to be with. They send their money. They don't even invest in the economy in the United States. They send that shit back home to their family and shit. So, like, we don't even live nowhere near each other. The only place they gonna have these fights is online. Cause we don't fuck with each other. And it's not like it's Black Americans or Negro Americans that's the ones that saying we don't fuck with you. That's not the case. It's all these other black folks that come from all these different places that they don't fuck with us. They love the white folks. That's what they do. Okay. Well, y'all love white folks. Well, let the white folks take care of your ass. We ain't got to come out here and protest for your right to be here. Fuck you. That's how I feel about it. Like, why I don't feel like we need to get up here and argue about they ankle babies and when if they can't stand up and fight the bureaucracy for their right to be here, then they gonna get sent back where they came from. And maybe if the opportunity ever presents itself again, you are aligned with the people that had your back. What the hell we arguing with them for? We arguing with these people like we not the ones in the position of power. We spending more time arguing with their ass instead of mobilizing and coming together and strategizing about what we need to do when the orange man get ready to circle back on our black asses. Because I'm legit worried. We got educators that don't have jobs. That man just took $6 billion out of the Department of Education. What is your school gonna look like next school year? When school start back in 2 months? 1 month? Less than a month? What's your school gonna look like? What's gonna be the quality of your children's education?
Right.
That man said he loves the poorly uneducated.
Yeah. But Queen, I'm gonna end this shit. 3 hours over and shit.
Well, I appreciate you for staying here and letting me speak because nobody want to hear what the hell I had to say.
Well, yeah, I'll let you have the last word. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? We got too much real for that ass.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get on off of here and y'all be easy. And
You too,
yeah, I need some. I need to go to sleep. So I fell asleep on y'all earlier, but anyway, I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. Y'all have a good one. And yeah, I'm out. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.